call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got 'em in your sights.
You wanna be great now. You're just trying to find a way out. I don't wanna tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you. I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you have. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. There's no way out of this. This life is all you get. One shot to take. Don't miss, just make. Don't get it twisted. We're on a mission to live life legendary. Yeah, we are legendary. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary.
Good evening and welcome to Marauders Stadium in Flower Mound, where tonight the Marcus Marauders, for the final time in 2024, take the home field on senior night as they try to keep their playoff hopes alive in 2024 as they take on the Little Elm Lobos. That's next here on Marcus Football Night.
He's into the end zone. Check, touchdown.
Good evening, Marcus Marauder football fans, and welcome to Marauder Stadium in Flower Mound, where tonight we have senior night here at Marauder Stadium. And tonight it's going to be a special night here as the Marauders not only are still fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive, but they're also trying to send their seniors out on a winning note for what will be their final game here at Marauder Stadium. The Marcus Marauders, obviously their playoff hopes are still alive. It is an uphill climb, but the possibility for them to get into the playoffs is still there. However, should they make it to the playoffs, we already know that they will not host a game here at Marauder Stadium. So we do know also that tonight this is the final game here at Marauder Stadium. And I am joined tonight. Tim Smith is out of town this weekend, couldn't be with us tonight. So I'm joined by another one of our fantastic Champion Sports Radio broadcasters, as I am joined by Austin Taylor. Austin, welcome to Marauder Stadium, and welcome to the 2024 Marcus Marauder football season. Whoops, I'll turn you up there instead of leaving you turned down.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me. It's going to be a great night of football. Super excited for what's in play and to get this show rolling.
Just for a little background, tell the Marauder fans a little bit about yourself. I know this year you've been kind of bouncing around with Champion, filling in where needed, but let the folks know a little bit about you.
Yeah, absolutely. Oklahoma State graduate, proud UT grad school graduate as well. A little bit of DBU in there as well with a graduate assistantship after that. But been with Champion Sports Radio 4 years now. Currently coach at Prestonwood Christian Academy with the baseball and basketball programs there. But anyway, excited to be here. Love calling football in the DFW area, especially in the rough and tough District 5, 6A. It should be a great night of football, great weather. That kind of fall season is officially upon us. Little hoodie and sweatpants action tonight, so it should be a great night for all.
And we have gotten started a little bit early this evening because we will have the senior night activities, which will be starting here in just a few minutes. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and take our first break here on the pregame show. When we come back, you will get to hear the thoughts of Marcus head coach Mike Alexander. That is up next here on Marcus Football Night.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact Mike Bean for your personal price plan today.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Orthopedic Associates, proud sponsors of Marcus High School football. Whether it's a game-winning touchdown or a fierce tackle, we're here to keep our athletes strong and in the game. From sports injuries to joint pain, our team of top orthopedic specialists is dedicated to providing the best care to keep you moving. Visit us at Orthopedic Associates, where your health is our victory. Fans experience amazing at Marty B's restaurants. Marty B's, Rustico, 1845. Marty B's Coffee, and now open Branded Bowls. And coming very soon, you can experience sizzling fajitas and wonderful margaritas at their all-new Cactus Canyon. Experience amazing in any and all Marty B's locations.
Jacob Dedamore back here along with your name just went right out of my head. Austin Taylor. I started to say Aaron Taylor. That's a football player and a CBS broadcaster. It's Austin Taylor. And right now we're going to delay playing the interview with Coach Alexander for you because right now it looks like they're about to get started with the senior night activities for the football team. So we want to go ahead and bring that to you here on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio. And we're going to take you down to the public address announcer now. Well, we thought they were about to get started. Looks like they're delaying just a couple of minutes here. But it is senior night here at Marauder Stadium again. This will be the final game of the season here at Marcus High School because the Marauders if they do make the playoffs this year, will be on the road in bye district, so they will not get to host a game. Just to catch everybody up on kind of where the playoff standings sit, we got a nice, lovely text thread today about District 5, 6A from our friends at Champion Sports Radio. Everybody knows that Champion Sports Radio has multiple schools in 5, 6A, so this is a key district for us. So what, with Flower Mound right now, Flower Mound, Hebron, and Marcus are all at 2 and 3 in district play heading into these final 2 weeks. Marcus, as we know, plays Little Elm and then Coppell on Thursday next week. So the easiest thing for Marcus to do, and honestly, the only way that they have a realistic shot to get into the playoffs, is to probably win these last 2 games because of the loss to Hebron. And not only was it a loss, but it was the margin of loss that occurred in that night. Hebron finishes up with Braswell tonight, and then they play Flower Mound next week. Flower Mound plays Coppell tonight. So the easiest thing for the Marauders would be to, I say the easiest path would be to win their final 2 games and hope that Hebron splits at least splits their final 2 games. If there is a 3-way tie scenario, you get into the point differential thing, which right now is definitely not in favor of the Marauders and would probably leave them on the outside looking in. But that could change over the last 2 weeks of the season depending on what happens. If they end up with a direct tie with Hebron, Hebron goes in, Marcus stays home. If they end up with a direct tie with Flower Mound, Marcus goes in, Flower Mound stays home. Flower Mound is also still technically alive in this thing as well, kind of the same path as the Marauders. If they win their final 2 games, which would mean a victory over Hebron, and Marcus were to split their final 2 games, then Flower Mound would finish ahead of Marcus. So there are, again, the path is there. The odds favor Hebron pretty strongly over these last 2 weeks, but the path is there for the Marauders to get into the playoffs, and it starts tonight.
And, just to kind of add on to that point, you look at this, District 5, 6A, and, I had the privilege to call a Coppell game a couple weeks ago, and they're sitting there at the top at 8-0. Obviously have done more than enough to secure their spot. That is a very talented team over there. But you handle your business tonight, right? The point differential, like you said, is such a big deal. If you take care of business tonight, you never know what could happen in that final week against a Coppell team that you never know. Might want to rest a couple guys to get ready for the playoffs. They're going to be a high seed already getting in there. And, you guys, as Marcus, have nothing to lose. Is kind of, if I'm Coach Alexander, the message that I'm telling to my team is, hey, we leave it all out there. We leave no doubt. We've done enough in our eyes to get in and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it really is, as you said, the kind of interesting wrench in this is Coppell needs to go ahead and win tonight to secure not only their district championship, but also the number 1 seed coming out of 5-6A. A win tonight will do that for them because they've already beaten both Louisville and Geyer this season, who are tied for second in the district right now. So, if Coppell wins that tonight and they secure that top seed, it'll be interesting to see how they handle things next week. Next week at Coppell will be their senior night as well. And, of course, finishing a season 10-0 is important to any team. But you do wonder if maybe they do rest, maybe get some of their starters some action and then pull them out of the game to not risk injury. So it'll be interesting to see how the Coppell coaching staff handles that next week should they win tonight, which I think everybody expects.
Yeah, and again, like I said, with the point differential, throwing a wrench into things, if you're Marcus tonight, you want to take care of business early and often, right? You want to get this game over with, and that's no disrespect to Little Elm, with a team that's reeling 0-8 on the season. They're going to scratch, fight, and claw, to get anything they can to get this win tonight. But if you're Marcus, you have to feel confident about where you're at, about what you've done up until this point. Coming off of a big week, big win last week against Flower Mound, your rival, crosstown, close game, 1 point win down to the wire. Mm-hmm. You can feed off that momentum, potentially rack up some points tonight with Mr. Nussmeyer at the helm. Get him a couple touchdowns under his belt and maybe run away with this thing.
Yes, and the other thing is while and you'll hear this in the interview, I asked Coach Alexander about this as a coach because I think the fact that they have to win this game to keep their realistic playoff hopes alive. It helps from a standpoint of it helps you keep these guys focused on this game and not looking ahead to next week, because without the win tonight, next week really means nothing.
Right.
And so you've got to get this one tonight under your belt. By the way, the other another important game in the district tonight, Denton Geyer is going to be across I-35 playing at Louisville tonight, and the winner of that game will clinch the number 2 seed coming out of this district, which means you will get to host a playoff game in the bi-district round. So very important game tonight going on at Louisville between the Fighting Farmers and the Wildcats to see who comes out of there. Obviously, tonight, Flower Mound right down the road here will be hosting Coppell. Flower Mound, as we see, a very talented team. Coach Brian Basil has them playing good football last week. Man, I tell you, last week in the Mound Showdown, it was one of those games that, as a broadcaster, is kind of why you have fun doing this. A rivalry game, and it was a game that was back and forth. Marcus jumps out to a big lead. You have Flower Mound coming back and taking the lead over the next 2 quarters, and then a fourth quarter comeback from Marcus. Just a phenomenal, fun football game to call, to watch, to be a part of. Stands were packed on both sides, with the in-town rivalry. It was just great atmosphere all around last week.
Sure, I was watching from afar last week, and again, it was something that I was envious of, sitting on my couch, wanting to be a part of that game.
All right, we're going to go down to the public address announcer now for the senior night activities.
So here we go. First section will be the football players. Ryan Burnett. Nolan Bacon. Brennan Bailey. Colin Bain. Jake Baird. Kelly Ferguson. Caden Bowie. Blake Butler. Ethan Booyah. Cooper Campbell. Oriza Kazipala. Tenarza Kazipala. Sean Brother. Jack Dunlop. Easton Infinger. Grady Fackler. Owen Ball. Brett Garza. Hannah Geddes. Brock Golas. Taylor Haslam. Kigo Akira. Zane Howell. Mason Jones. Isaac Kaufman. Isaiah Kilikipi. Jacob Knudsen. Tony Lee. Jack Linnell. Caleb Livingston. Jake Magnuson. Keenan Maynard. Brandon McMahon. Travis Moore. Jackson Morris. Maddox Neese. Raymond Konkovic. Dane Parlin. Grayson Patrick. Scott Pearson. Macias. Quezada. F.J. Ram. Jacob Reddick. Maverick Rhodes. Luke Brockman. Hunter Thomas. How about a hand, ladies and gentlemen, for our football team? Next up on athletic trainers. Edith Alamo. Kelsey Carter. Audrey Dixler. Brooke Dudek. Savannah Edelman. And Sonny Girardi. Let's hear it for our athletic trainer. Next up is the best band in the land, the Marcus Marauder Band. And here we go. John Arkenbright. Mariam Bashaka. Joshua Bishop. Olivia Bologna. Avery Bouchard. Pukara Chahal. Varnika Dalal. True Davis. William Fletcher. Edward Garner. Edney Kupta. Faith Brill. Jack Howard. Caitlin Jones. Kaylee Kim. Carter Kirkpatrick. Wesley Corbett. Samantha Lamb. Jake Langford. Jocelyn Levin. Chris Lindsay. Leslin Lindsay. Amanda Lovejoy. Alex Macias.
That is the senior night activities. They finished up the activities for the football program, getting introduced with all the football players, with all their parents tonight. It's a great night. We're getting all the support groups done right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when we come back, we will have the interview with Marcus head coach Mike Alexander next here on Marcus Football Night.
Can you feel it? The paradigm shift. The rising intensity as the engines idle. Let the race begin. Fire up your appetite. Farm fresh beef, straight from the source, to our grill, and from the sea to your plate. All of our ingredients are fresh and made to order. Dine in today and taste the fast and furious difference. Order online or take it to go and fire up your appetite at F&F Japanese Grill.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Marcus Football Night, and I'm joined by Marcus head coach Mike Alexander. And Coach, I got to say, as a broadcaster, games like this past Friday are part of the reason you do this. You get the rivalry game. It's late in the season. There's a lot on the line for both teams. Then you get into the game, and it's just back and forth, and, you know, these teams are going at it. They're so evenly matched. And then you get the situation where you guys have the comeback in the fourth quarter after having had a lead early and pull it out at the end. Everything about that game, that atmosphere with the rivalry and everything else was just so fun on Friday night. What was your perspective, and what was it like in the locker room after?
Obviously, it was a lot of fun in the locker room, as all big wins, rival games are. But that one was probably even more special because of how it had to unfold. You know, start off the game on a 14-0 streak there. And honestly, probably about to go make it 21 until we had two penalties that put us behind the chains. So we started off the game just feeling like we're in complete and total control. Defense came out, got a little tired, had to play an 18-play drive going into half, and credit Flower Mound for having a good scheme, and we didn't respond very well. But from that point on, it was like whatever could go wrong for the Marauders did for a period of time. The tip ball interception, then later we intercept a ball on the 1 yard line, get called for holding, in the end zone on a run play of all things. So, man, there was just a lot of adversity our kids struggled through, and you could feel it, Jacob, on our sideline, in the fourth quarter. It got eerily quiet. And I remember thinking, this is crazy. There's so many people over here and nobody's saying a word. And then we go down and score. And at that moment, Jacob, I just felt like, man, we haven't had the momentum in so long in that course of the game. I just felt like we needed the onside kick to try and generate two reasons. Keep the momentum going if we could. And then the other one was, man, our defense at that point in the game hadn't stopped them. So I'm thinking, what does it matter if they get the ball in the 50 at that point, the extra 20, 30 yards isn't going to make a difference. So we did it, successful, kids made a play, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, and then, the defense, after getting the lead, they finally came up with that stop at the end and, secured the victory. It was just such a roller coaster ride, like you said. I mean, you had the first quarter where you guys held the ball pretty much the entire first quarter, and then it just did a complete 180 flip in the second quarter. Maybe as a coach, you'd have preferred it the other way because your defense maybe wouldn't have been quite as tired going into halftime, but still such a roller coaster ride for both teams.
It's what high school football is all about, Flower Mound's got a good team. They're well coached, and our kids just hung in there and kept fighting and kept believing and found a way to make a play at the end and win it.
Well, that victory was obviously so consequential because it kept any realistic playoff hopes you had still alive. And so now we go into the final 2 weeks of the season with those hopes still in front of you. Again, still an uphill climb to reach that goal, but at least the goal is still there. When you approach this game this week against Little Elm, a team that has obviously had its struggles this year, hasn't won a game yet, had trouble staying in games, does the fact that your team has to have this victory make it a lot easier as a coach to not let this team maybe get too overconfident considering the opponent?
Yeah, I think so. You always, as a coach, you always want to guard against overconfidence in any situation. But, Jacob, we've seen throughout the course of the last 6 weeks, we can play really good football and we can play really bad football at times. Right. So our guys, we came in on Monday, and I just told our team, I said, we lifted Monday morning, and I told them, I said, y'all walk in that school building with your chest out and enjoy the Mound Showdown victory. But by the time we get back here at 2 o'clock for football practice, I said, that's in the past. And I just told them, we kicked off the meeting with just telling the guys that winning this game and how we respond to the big, emotional win is important, because we've been on the other side of that with a big emotional loss, and it affected the next game. So I still believe, not to take anything away from Hebron because they're a good football team, but I know the team that we sent out to play post Louisville loss was not the team we've seen the other 7 games this year,
Right.
And so I told him, I said, that can happen after a big win too. You can be thinking about last week's game and not focus on this week's game and go out and lay an egg. And now you're walking into week 10 with nothing to play for. And that's what we want to avoid. So big goal this week is to take care of business and play well enough early where our seniors that haven't been getting a lot of snaps can get in the game. That's important. It's important to our coaching staff, but first thing we got to do is take care of business in the first half and make sure that we can provide our seniors with that opportunity.
Yeah, because it will be senior night tonight, even though there is one more game next week, obviously for sure at Coppell, but it will be the last time that your senior class gets to play on the Marauder Stadium field. Just give us your thoughts about what this senior class has meant to you.
Oh man, I really owe a lot to these guys. because they're the first group that we were able to take through an off-season program. Obviously last year's seniors were special in their own right, but we've been through a lot with these guys because, when we got to January of this year, they didn't know what to expect. And we had a big team meeting, and every new phase of off season, I'd meet with some of the seniors to let them know, like, this is what's coming, just giving y'all a heads up so y'all can help lead through this. And every time it was like, are you serious, coach? Because we kind of keep amping up, as off goes. And they responded every time. They responded, and they've always tried to do everything I've asked them to do. And I love them for it, and I'm appreciative of them. And I just really, really hope this Friday night that we're able to get every one of them in the game on an offensive and defensive position.
Well, I know that we're looking forward to watching it, looking forward to those seniors getting celebrated, and obviously looking forward to hopefully a big win so that next week means everything you want it to mean. Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time as always, and good luck tonight.
All right. Appreciate it, Jacob.
That is Marcus head coach Mike Alexander. We'll be back with more of the pregame show here on Marcus Football Night.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Orthopedic Associates, proud sponsors of Marcus High School football. Whether it's a game-winning touchdown or a fierce tackle, we're here to keep our athletes strong and in the game. From sports injuries to joint pain, our team of top orthopedic specialists is dedicated to providing the best care to keep you moving. Visit us at Orthopedic Associates, where your health is our victory.
Can you feel it? The paradigm shift. The rising intensity as the engines idle. Let the race begin. Fire up your appetite. Farm fresh beef, straight from the source, to our grill, and from the sea to your plate. All of our ingredients are fresh and made to order. Dine in today and taste the fast and furious difference. Order online or take it to go and fire up your appetite at F&F Japanese Grill.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
Fall will be here before you know it. Is your home ready? Upgrade your home with Pella Windows and Doors for only $199 a month. Our beautiful, energy-efficient windows come with a lifetime warranty, ensuring your family stays comfortable through every season. Call now for a free consultation and make sure your home is prepared with Pella.
Jacob Dedamore, Austin Taylor back here with you at Marauder Stadium as this is the pregame show here on Marcus Football Night as we're getting you ready for senior night here at Marauder Stadium as the Marcus Marauders take on the Little Elm Lobos. And right now, with my partner Tim Smith out this week, the 3 keys fall to me. And so we do have your 3 keys of the game here tonight. And number 1 on that list is compartmentalizing your emotions. You want to compartmentalize your emotions because it is senior night. It is an emotional thing for the players, their families. You know it. You know, as a senior player on this squad, it is your final game here at Marauder Stadium. So just the outside stuff outside of what's on the field, it is emotional tonight. So it's incumbent upon the Marcus players to put those to, you don't want to suppress your emotions, but put them to the side until after the game. You can get back into those emotions and hug your teammates, hug your parents, hug your siblings, hug your coaches after the game is over tonight, and then kind of soak in your last time here on this field. Number 2, do not look ahead. Next week is the game, the season finale at Coppell on a Thursday night. You know how difficult that game is going to be. Again, Coppell is undefeated. They're a top 10 team in the state of Texas in Class 6A. They're very good. You know that to make it to the playoffs, you're probably going to have to try and find a way to beat them. You can't look ahead because you're facing a Little Elm team that has really struggled this year. They're 0-8. A win makes Little Elm's season. So you can't afford to look ahead and give that team life and give them the thought that they may have a chance to pull this game out tonight and get off the schneid and get a win on the board. And the final key tonight for the Marauders is focus on the job at hand. That's one way you can, do those first 2 things that I mentioned, and that's focus on your job, because this Marcus team is more talented than Little Elm. They are a team that should be able to take control of this game and win comfortably so that your seniors do get a lot of snaps tonight. But you can't do that if you don't focus on your job. Don't focus on anybody else's. Focus on your job at hand. Do your job, and you should come out with a win tonight. It should be a happy night for everybody.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, just an extra added key, if I may, Mr. Nussmeier, quarterback's got to do a good job of just getting these guys rolling. He's done it all year long. Over 1,400 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. He's going to come out ready to send these seniors, like you said, off on a good note. He wants tonight to be a memorable night, not only for himself, but for these guys that have essentially paved the way for him as he's, kind of come up the ranks throughout his young Marcus career. So be interesting to see tonight, and should be an exciting night of football for all.
All right, at this time, let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups for the Marcus Marauders. As you see the Marauders starting to come out of the locker room, let's give you the starting lineups for your Marcus Marauders tonight. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball. The all-junior starting offensive line up front, number 71, Frank Adams at left tackle, number 60, Jimmy Graham at left guard. At the center position, number 72, Grant Gager. At right guard, number 65, Matthew Willett. And at right tackle, number 75, Rhett Harmon. Your skill position players look like this. At the wide receiver positions, the leading receiver this year, the senior Rhett Garza. On the other side of the field, the ex-receiver, number 1, Charlie Burgesson. And the tight end this year, senior Jackson Morris. He is not factored in as much lately. We'll see if they get him more involved tonight. The rest of your skill positions look like this. Of course, at quarterback, the sophomore, number 13, Colton Nussmeier. The slot, number 7, Cooper Campbell, who has been very productive over the last few weeks in the offense. The senior running back, the leading rusher, Isaiah Kelly Ikipi. And, of course, you also have your junior H-back, Gavin Huffman. We know the Marauders like to run a lot of 2 tight end formations. Gavin Huffman, the junior, will be getting a lot of snaps as he normally does tonight. Over on the defensive side of the ball for the Marcus Marauders, you have Will Harrison, the junior, number 33 at the anchor, the nose tackle, one of the captains, Tony Lee, number 57 in the middle, and Lamar Lewis, the senior, number 45, will be starting again tonight as the sophomore, number 99, Liam Hoskins, is again inactive tonight due to injury. At your linebacker positions, the captain, the senior, the Texas Tech commit, Brock Golwitz, number 15 in the middle. He's had a fantastic season for the Marauders. Caleb Livingston has been a very important part of this defense this year, both in pass rush situations and against the run, the senior, number 31. And then, of course, the junior, number 28, Vincent Bowie, over at the will linebacker position. The secondary looks like this. Your starting corners, the senior, number 18, Taylor Haslam on one side. The junior, Bradley Umi Izioki, number 5, on the other. Jet Jonker is still out tonight, so starting at the freak position is number 20, Brady Moore. The Rover, number 4, Easton Mitchell, and the Bandit, number 3, Jameson Mayfield, have had fantastic seasons for this Marauders defense, both in run support and in pass defense. That is your starting lineup for the Marcus Marauders. For the Little Elm Lobos, when they have the ball on offense, their starting lineup looks like this. At left tackle, senior, number 51, Hunter Casas. At left guard, sophomore, number 74, Maddox Greel. At the center position, sophomore, number 65, Malik Unuwigbe. Yeah, that's it. Malik Unuwigbe, the sophomore, number 65. At right guard, number 68, junior Ivan Rodriguez, no relation, just for those of you wondering, no relation. I asked. And at right tackle, the junior, number 62, Israel Armendariz. Your starting quarterback is sophomore, number 4, Max Reyes. He's, again, we got another, just like last week against Flower Mound, another sophomore signal caller against this Marcus defense. Starting running back, number 22, sophomore Tyson Paul. You also see at your wide receiver positions, number 1, junior Carlton Mims, number 18, Dylan Breckenridge, the senior, number 87, Jacob Ibadapo, the junior, number 87, and kind of playing a mix with tailback and probably some usage in the passing game will be sophomore, number 5. They call it the F position. It is Jace Oliver. On defense for the Little Elm Lobos, your front 4, they play a hybrid 4-3-3-4 system. At the buck end position is number 19, Mike Iamang, the junior. Your defensive tackle, number 55, senior Josh Govan. Your nose tackle, number 59, David Henderson, a sophomore. Number 99, Aiden Main, the junior. He's tied for the team lead in sacks at defensive end. Your linebackers, the other person on this Little Elm Lobos defense who is tied for the team lead in sacks is your senior linebacker, number 33, Will Martin at the will. In the middle, number 13, junior Damari Steele. And at the strong side linebacker position, senior number 32, Tristan Shellhorse. Your 2 starting cornerbacks on one side, number 2, Kaysen Evans is a junior. Number 7, Emmanuel Eschman is a senior. And your starting safeties for Little Elm at strong safety, number 21, senior Boland Higgins. And at free safety, number 8, Caleb Howard. Those are your starting lineups for the Little Elm Lobos. And we are just about ready to have these teams come on to the field. The Marauders are ready to run on and get things started tonight. And they're going to have the coin toss here momentarily as the Marauders have their captains tonight. Number 6, Rhett Garza. Number 24, Isaiah Kelly Ikipi. And number 15, Brock Golwas. The Marauders tonight are wearing their home red jerseys with white numbers. They're wearing their black pants tonight. First time this season that personally I've seen the black pants outside of the outside of the Louisville game when they went with the all black unis for the Battle of the Axe. Tonight the captains for the Little Elm Lobos are number 4, Max Reyes, the sophomore quarterback. Number 99, the defensive end, junior Aiden Main. You have number 62, the right tackle, junior Israel Armendariz. And number 55, the senior defensive tackle, Josh Govan. Referee doing his chat with both sides. Little Elm Lobos tonight wearing their white jerseys with navy blue numbers outlined in gold and their navy blue pants. Navy helmets with a white stripe down the middle and white numbers on one side and a Little Elm logo on the other side. Very, kind of, not Steelers-ish, but Alabama-like.
Yeah, a little Penn State vibe.
Well, a little Alabama-like, too, with the numbers on the helmets.
Absolutely.
Coin toss, it looks like Little Elm won. Little Elm has won the toss and has chosen to defer, which means I would assume that the Marauders will be taking the ball here to start the game tonight. We mentioned that Little Elm defense, and talking about that linebacker, senior number 33, Ryan Martin, tied for the team lead with defensive end Aiden Main, the junior. They both have 3 sacks on the season. Aiden Main also has 19 quarterback pressures this year. So Little Elm does have the ability to at least get after the quarterback a little bit here on the defensive side of the ball. Govan at the defensive tackle position, Josh Govan, one of the other captains tonight, also has a sack and a half as well as 11 quarterback pressures and a sack this season. I was looking at Noah Govan, who has that, and he is one of the rotating players. The other Govan brother at the buck end position. So they do have the ability to get some pressure on this team tonight. For the Marcus Marauders, of course, on the offensive side of the ball this season, Colton Nussmeier comes into the game completing 59.5% of his passes, 1,479 yards passing, 12 touchdowns versus 3 interceptions on the year. The rushing side of the ball is primarily Isaiah Kelly-Ikipi, 716 yards on the season, averaging 4.9 a carry with 5 touchdowns. Of course, we will also see a decent amount, I think, tonight of Mason Jones, who is also a senior. He has been very effective this year. 261 yards, averaging 6.9 yards a carry this year. He's been an effective number 2. And we talk about Ryan Garza as a receiver. They also like to use him in their jet sweep game in the running attack. He has 127 yards rushing on only 11 carries, averaging 11.5 per. So he's been very effective with that as well. On the receiving side, for the Marcus Marauders, of course, Ryan Garza leads the team with 440 yards and 3 touchdowns. But it is Cooper Campbell who leads the team in receptions at 26, and he's second on the team in yards, 372. They each have 3 touchdowns. Jackson Morris, the tight end, leads the team in touchdowns with 5 on the season. And Isaiah Kelly-Ikipi, we talk about his rushing yardage, but he also is involved in the passing game. He's third on the team with 16 catches this year. And so we do expect, I think what the hope is tonight is to get a lead early and get seniors into this game. Right now we take it down to the public address announcer for our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem, performed tonight by the Marcus High School Band.
Excellent job by the Flower Mountain Marcus Marching Band, the Marcus Marauder Band, as the color guard gets the flag off the field. And we'll get things started here momentarily. Back to receive for the Marcus Marauders will be number 2, Austin Allen. And so far this year, it's typically been number 12, Peyton Belton. We'll see who goes out there with Austin Allen tonight. But the last few weeks, it's been Peyton Belton back there. Again, tonight is just about taking care of business for the Marauders.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see this first drive here for Marcus. You want, Colton Nussmeier to get himself in a rhythm, maybe some quick hitting throws. Obviously, keeping the ball is the main thing, right? The only way a team like Little Elm should be able to make this a contest is these gifts, these free turnovers. We see it so frequently at not only the high school level but the college level as well, which is a coach's nightmare. So keeping the ball in the Marauder offense's hands is going to be paramount tonight.
On to kick for the Little Elm Lobos is number 80, senior Latrell Armstrong. He also handles the punting duties as well. And back deep is actually not Austin Allen tonight. It is senior number 1, Charlie Burgesson, back with number 12, Peyton Belton, the junior. We're about ready to get underway here on senior night. And the kick is a nice deep one. That's going to go well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Marauders will take over at their own 25 to get things started. So Colton Nussmeier comes out, trying to get things rolling tonight. Temperature at kickoff tonight is 71 degrees here at Marauder Stadium. A snap back, play action, rolling to his left is Nussmeier. He's got the corner. He's going to take off upfield, out past the 35, and steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A quick gain of 14 yards for Colton Nussmeier.
Yeah, simple quarterback power right there. That was on design. Just getting the legs warm a little bit tonight. Like you said, 71 degrees. Perfect night for football, just something easy to move the sticks.
It's one of those things Nussmeier, I think, needs to do a little bit more. He, as compared, we've talked about it this season, he's got more athleticism than his brother, for example, Garrett, who's at LSU. He's got that ability. Hand off to Kelly Ikipi on first down, and nothing doing this time as the Little Elm defense collapsed things very quickly. Coming up to make the tackle was number 13, the middle linebacker, Damari Steele, the junior, for no gain. Actually, they give him credit for a yard to the 40. Make it 2nd and 9.
All right, Keely Ikipi's going to want to have that one back. Potentially a little premature whistle. I think he thought so. Coaches were over here on the near sideline saying, no, they got you.
2nd and 9 now. Shotgun snap, dropping back is Nussmeier. He's looking, going to fire it out in the near flat, caught by Isaiah Kelly Ikipi. Man, it's going to get wrapped up right about the 43-yard line. Good open field tackle that time for the Little Elm Lobos. Coming up to make the hit was number 34 for Little Elm, William Swint, the freshman. They have a freshman on this team. He's one of the backup free safeties. He's the only freshman on the varsity. Made a nice tackle there, and only a gain of 2 out to the 42. So make it 3rd and 7, but we have a penalty. We have a hands to the face against Little Elm, which will give the Marauders a first down.
Yeah, right guard Matthew Willett had his helmet ripped off. He was quickly exiting the field. The official let him know, hey, big man, that's not on you. You get to actually stay in this time. But exactly what you don't want if you're Little Elm, these free penalties to let Marcus just kind of move at will down the field.
So that moves the ball into Little Elm territory at the 43, 1st and 10 as they go with a bunch formation. 3 receivers up at the top. Snap back, play action, they swing it out, pass is caught, and a lot of room for Cooper Campbell. He's up the sideline inside the 20, still on his feet inside the 10, 5, and he is into the end zone for a Marcus touchdown. Cooper Campbell takes the little slip screen pass, gets the corner, makes a man miss, and takes it to the house.
Great blocking right there on the outside by number 1, Charlie Bergeson. Design play, really quick hitter right there by Nussmeier. Pretty quick, efficient drive right there for Marcus. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
For Cooper Campbell, that is his 4th touchdown of the season, and the touchdown pass number 13 for Colton Nussmeier. So the Marauders strike quickly. Extra point snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. 10:46 to go here in quarter number 1, and the Marauders have jumped out early with a 7-0 lead. This is Marcus football night.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Orthopedic Associates, proud sponsors of Marcus High School football. Whether it's a game-winning touchdown or a fierce tackle, we're here to keep our athletes strong and in the game. From sports injuries to joint pain, our team of top orthopedic specialists is dedicated to providing the best care to keep you moving. Visit us at Orthopedic Associates, where your health is our victory.
So the Marcus Marauders take the opening possession. They go 75 yards. They take advantage of a key Little Elm penalty to not help extend the drive, but help get them a first down when it would have been 3rd and long. This kickoff, by the way, by number 90, Santiago Diaz, lands about 2 or 3 yards deep in the end zone for the touchback. But that key Little Elm hands to the face penalty, which instead of 3rd and 7, gave Marcus a first down, and they take advantage immediately on a little slip screen on the far side of the field, caught by Cooper Campbell, and he takes it to the house from 43 yards out to give the Marauders a lead.
Yeah, it's pretty evident tonight Marcus is going to make Little Elm defend every blade of grass. You know, there's obviously a north-south rhythm to their game, but we saw a lot of horizontal stuff, just kind of getting to the outside and letting your playmakers go make plays in space.
So Little Elm takes over at their own 25-yard line. They go with a split-back shotgun set here on first down. Snap is back, handoff up the middle. Little bit of room out past the 25 and still pushing forward. Nice strong run that time for about a 4-yard gain out to the 29. That was by number 9, Carlos Leonard. Carlos Leonard this year does actually lead this Little Elm team in rushing with 207 yards on 36 carries, averaging 5.8 yards per. Kind of a nice bunch of guys that handle the running back, the running duties for Little Elm. 2nd and 6 now at the 29. They stay in the same formation with 2 receivers up top. Now the single receiver down bottom goes in motion. They pitch it to him on a little pop pass coming around the right end, and really not much there. They ran that to the short side to number 1, Carlton Mims. Carlton Mims, who does get a little bit involved. It's only his 6th carry of the season, but he was averaging almost 14 and a half, almost 15 per. He's the leading receiver on this team, is Carlton Mims. But that time the Marauder defense holds it for a yard gain.
Yeah, Jamison Mayfield, just excellent eyes right there from the freak, bandit, jack, whatever position you want to call it. Does a really good job right there of not getting fooled by any sort of pre-snap motion. Does a really good job reading his keys right there.
3rd and 5 at the 30, snap back. It's a draw up the middle, and the Marauder defense is all over it. Brock Golwis is leading the way along with his teammate. I believe that was number 31, Caleb Livingston, who helped, or no, that was Vincent Bowie helping on the tackle. The linebackers meet the running back right in the hole, only a 2-yard gain, and the Lobos will have to punt.
Yeah, some guys just kind of have that look, and Golwis is one of those guys. I'm sure you can see right there why Joey McGuire is super excited to have that guy in Lubbock next fall.
Absolutely. So the Marauders are on to punt, and it will be Latrell Armstrong, number 80. Back deep is number 7, Cooper Campbell. Again, Austin Allen not out there tonight. Wonder if he's maybe a little banged up this evening. Line drive punt is caught by Campbell. Makes a man miss. Up to the 40, trying to get the corner, but he won't get there. He gets brought down that time by number 48, Noah Govan, the senior linebacker. And it's going to be a 7-yard return to the 42-yard line for Cooper Campbell, the senior, out there doing the returns. Austin Allen, maybe they're letting the seniors handle some of that duty tonight. Austin Allen is your normal punt returner for the Marauders. I'm going to peruse the sideline when I can and see if Austin is suited up tonight. 1st and 10 for the Marauders. Toss to Isaiah Kelly-Ikipi, trying to get the corner, gets it past midfield and into Little Elm territory. Nice run for Kelly-Ikipi, and they're going to mark him out at the 44-yard line. That will be a 14-yard gain.
Great job right there by right tackle Rhett Harmon. Did a really good job of kind of setting the edge the other way. Normally you like a defensive end kind of setting that edge, but did a really good job of walling him off all the way to get outside and get that first down.
Only takes one play for the Marauders to get into Lobo territory. 1st and 10 at the 44. Just under 9 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Marcus already leading 7-0. Shotgun formation, dropping back is Nussmeier. They send a blitz. He steps up through it, and he's got a lot of room to run. He's inside the 30, trying to get to the outside. He does, inside the 25, the 20, and finally knocked out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Great job by Nussmeier. As soon as a little gap opened with that blitz, he saw all that open turf and just took off, gained a 26 and a first down.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of wiggle to him for sure. Definitely a good athlete, good runner, as we're going to see a false start.
Yeah,
here.
The Marauders tried to go tempo, and unfortunately, little jump that time by number 75, Rhett Harmon, the right tackle, so that'll back him up 5 yards to the 23.
The good old announcer's curse. I'll put my hand up for that one. I just praised him 2 plays ago, and now he's got his first penalty of the night. So my bad, Rhett. My bad, Harmon family. I'll own that one for you guys.
All on you, man. It's all on you. That'll make it 1st and 15 now, back at the 23-yard line, as Marcus tries to expand their lead here on this possession. Isaiah Kelly keeping to the right of Nussmeier here out of the shotgun. Nussmeier dropping back. He's going to fire one towards the end zone, and just a little bit too far out in front that time for Rhett Garza, trying to hit him on the deep post and just put it a little too far out in front.
I think that was number 7, Emmanuel Eschman, with the coverage on that. Might have got away with a little bit of a hold.
Looked like there was a little bit of contact there.
But that's a throw that Nussmeier is going to make, 10 out of 10 times. Nothing to hold your head about right there. Gunslinger mentality next play, and more than likely that open slot fade, if you will, is going to be open almost all night.
2nd and 15 now for the Marauders. Again, out of the shotgun, Huffman moves from the left to the right in motion, flag down immediately. They swing it out into the near flat. Pass is caught on a screen by Mason Jones, and he's going to get inside the 20 to the 18, a 5-yard gain. But we do have a flag. Anytime you see that flag dropped at the snap, it's one of 3 things: an illegal shift, an illegal formation, or offsides on the defense.
I did not see it with the naked eye. It looks like they're pointing to the Lobo defense. We'll see what the verdict is here shortly.
I guess you could have offsides on the offense too, technically, but those are the 3 calls on an immediate flag at the snap, and that is the call. It's offsides on Little Elm. Good spot by my broadcast partner, Austin Taylor. So I'm assuming the Marauders will go ahead and take the free 5 and make it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, for sure. Your full menu is still available here. You got the run, you got the pass, kind of whatever you want. Still, one of my pre-game keys to the game, again, just keep the ball under your possession. End it off with 6 here and keep these chains moving.
So they move it. It was going to be at the 18 either way, but they just get the down. Play over again. So 2nd and 10 now, and some confusion with the referees.
Almost potentially a little wild goalless package as we see Mr. Nussmeier.
We've seen that a few weeks. Goalless has come in a few times during district play and basically running some wildcat. We have yet to see him Brock throw out of this formation. He usually just he usually takes the ball himself when he comes in for this. We'll see if they stick with it.
Again, play clock not rolling, not really sure.
Well, the referee, there was some confusion about something amongst the officials about where to set the ball, where, all that stuff. So now they've got everything set for themselves. And, yep, goal was still in the game. Nussmeier splits out to the near side as a wide receiver. Huffman, the H-back in front. High snap, but Goldwas gets it. Takes off up the middle and just kind of lowers his shoulder and plows inside the 15 to the 13. That'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd and 5 now for the Marauders.
Good job by Goldwas there, really just to make something out of nothing, but it almost was a disaster with the high snap over his head. Obviously, you can see why that guy is just an athlete, does it on both sides of the ball. But, again, you're in striking distance right now. This is where you want to be.
Mike Alexander told me at the beginning of the season, Brock Goldwas is the best athlete that we have on the field at any time, listed at 6'2", 225. So 3rd down and 5 for the Marauders. Snap back, hand off to Mason Jones, tries to get up the middle. He's going to get close, but he's going to be about a yard short. Got spun down as it was a nice open field tackle. I believe that was number 99, Aiden. Excuse me. Oh, we have a flag down.
Going to be a little extracurricular here. It's just going to be whoever the last guy was.
Oh, they're picking up the flag. Whatever it was, they waved it off. And so it is now down to the 14-yard line, but it is now 4th and a yard for the Marauders. And the microphone is not working for the referee. We usually can pick it up on our field mic, but we're not picking it up right now. 4th and 1 for the Marauders. The offense stays on the field at the 14 of Little Elm as they bring in an extra tight end. Checking in is number 29, Arinze Kazakpala. And they're going to go with a power formation package here. Under center is Nussmeier. Snap back, hand off to Mason Jones. He's got the 1st down inside the 10, 5, and almost gets in. He was prevented from hitting the goal line with a nice tackle by number 8, Caleb Howard, who saved a touchdown, but a great run of 13 yards down to the 1 by Mason Jones.
Yeah, listed at 5'9", 180. I mean, that guy is Definitely fearless. Lowers the shoulder to make sure that he has enough for the first down, and that's exactly what you want to see out of your backup running back.
Mason Jones definitely runs bigger than he is for sure. He stays in the game here on 1st and goal. Snap back, handoff to Jones, and he will walk into the end zone for a Marauder touchdown. Mason Jones punches it in, and the Marauders now have a 2-score lead.
Yeah, nice and easy right there for Jones. Kudos to the Marcus coaching staff. Going to go ahead and give him the job right there. We do have a flag on the play, or could
down there right at the goal line. Maybe something after the play. That's the 2nd touchdown of the season for Mason Jones, assuming it stands. The touchdown is good. Again, the microphone not working for the referee. After the play, we had an unsportsmanlike conduct against Little Elm, and it will be assessed on the kickoff. I'm kind of reading hand signals here. So something after the play. Touchdown is good, and the Marauders now have a 2-score lead. Owen Gall on to kick, the senior. Dane Parlin handled the holding duties. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:36 to go in quarter number 1. The Marauders have scored touchdowns on each of their first 2 possessions, and they lead Little Elm 14-0. This is Marcus Football Night.
Fall will be here before you know it. Is your home ready? Upgrade your home with Pella Windows and Doors for only $199 a month. Our beautiful, energy-efficient windows come with a lifetime warranty, ensuring your family stays comfortable through every season. Call now for a free consultation and make sure your home is prepared with Pella.
Marauders take their 2nd possession. They take this one 58 yards this time, and they punch it in for a touchdown once again, this time on the strength of a 1-yard touchdown run by senior running back Mason Jones. And there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Little Elm on the touchdown after the play, which is now being assessed on the kickoff, which means the Marauders will be kicking off from the 45. Can't imagine Coach Alexander's going to do anything tricky here. Probably just boot this one out the back, unless they just want to work on their hands team.
They're lined up in something tricky.
They are. They're lining up for a potential onside kick. We'll see what they do.
Numbers advantage right now, 4 against 3.
And they do. They boot the onside kick, and it's punched, and the Marauders are going to recover it. A diving attempt to cover it by number 15, Cooper Johnson. Before it even got 10 yards, Cooper Johnson, the wide receiver, tried to dive on it, and it bounced off his chest and was recovered by number 3, Jamison Mayfield. And so the onside kick works, and the Marauders take over at the Little Elm 44.
Unique formation right there. We see a lot of different onside kick formations now in today's football. Almost the old adage is kick it at the big guy at the front of the line. There really wasn't a big guy there. Normally that's a sure-handed receiver, but the ball bounces the Marauders' way, and on we go.
Marauders take over as Nussmeier is under center on 1st down. Play action. Nussmeier rolling to his left, fires one down the field, has a man, pass is caught and out of bounds. A great catch by Rhett Garza at the 14-yard line, a gain of 30 and a 1st down, but this one may be coming back.
Yeah, unfortunate right there. That was a beautiful bootleg right there by Nussmeier to find his go-to guy, Garza.
And a legal man downfield is the call. So wipe out a 30-yard gain to Rhett Garza.
And those are tough because you got a quarterback rolling out. You're almost selling a run block if you're an offensive lineman. But that is one thing I have noticed myself is these officials are really cracking down on these illegal linemen downfield.
That has been throughout football at the NFL level, the college level, and now at the high school level. You are seeing a crackdown on that call because offensive linemen, you know, you're not supposed to go more than a yard downfield. That's the rule, and linemen have been, honestly, let's be honest, throughout football, been getting away with it big time over the last few years. 1st and 15 now back at the 49 of Little Elm. Shotgun snap back to Nussmeier. He drops back. Now he's getting pressured, rolling to his right, and he's just going to fire this one out of bounds and save the down. Takes a shot there after he released the ball. But gets up and is okay. I believe that was Noah Govan, number 48, who gave him a little love tap. 2nd and 15. Good job by Nussmeier. No need to try and force anything there. I think like as he started to throw, I think it looked like a wide receiver too may have started to come open, but it was already after he made his decision.
Right. You're seeing some veteran tendencies from Nussmeier. Obviously, we know the tutelage of him. He's been schooled well at this position, but a very veteran move to just chunk it away and live to play another down.
2nd and 15 now. 2 receivers up top, single receiver at the bottom. Nussmeier drops back, fires one caught, out of bounds. Going to get basically the penalty yardage back. 4-yard catch for Cooper Campbell. It's going to set up a 3rd and 11 at the Little Elm 45.
And this is where you see kind of Marcus have a little bit of fun with their offense. More than likely going to go doubles wide, kind of spread out these receivers, and again try to stretch the Little Elm out sideline to sideline, get it to a playmaker in space, and you are almost in that no man's land territory where if you are a little bit short of the first down, you'll see Mike Alexander more than likely go for it.
They're going to go 4 wide here, 2 to each side on 3rd down. It is Kelly Ikipi in the backfield. Nussmeier dropping back out of the shotgun, rolling to his left, looking downfield, fires one, pass is caught right there at the sticks. Let's see where they mark it. That's Jake Bayer. And it looks like they're going to say he was just short. Well, let's see. It looks like the referee is marking it about a half-yard short of the first down. And I think that is what the call is. So it's technically a 9-yard catch or 10-yard catch for Jake Bayer, but the offense stays on the field on 4th and about a foot. They bring in the power formation. And now we have a false start. So that'll back it up 5 yards, and we'll see what the Marcus coaches decide to do here. I think that was Jimmy Graham, the left guard, who jumped that time.
I think you're right. That's going to be something that they look back on film and they're going to be upset with.
Yep.
Little Elm only had 5 down linemen up against 8. You obviously love your numbers right there, and looks like Marcus is going to punt it away.
Yep, the punt team is going to come on for the Marauders. Keenan Maynard, the senior, come on to boot it away. Back deep to receive for the Lobos is number 81, Caden Jones, a sophomore wide receiver. But yeah, it was 4th and a foot, and they were definitely going to probably hand this ball to Kelly Ikipi and get the first down. Snap is back. Short punt, just what you want. Going to hit right around the sideline, about the 12, 13-yard line. Good job by Keenan Maynard. Did exactly what he was supposed to do and pinned the Lobos at the 13. So only a 27-yard punt, but that's exactly what the coaching staff was looking for. And the Lobos will take over down 14-0. 5:19 to go here in the first quarter. Jacob Dedamore, Austin Taylor here with you tonight. Tim Smith out of town. He'll be back next week for the finale over at Coppell. Stands pretty full here tonight on senior night for the Marauders. 1st and 10. 3 receivers bunched in the bottom side of the formation. Play action. Pass is dropped. Trying to hit Jacob Ibadipo on a little quick hitter out of that bunch formation. That would have been a good 7 yards at least, but he just dropped it as he started to turn upfield.
It's so hard to, first of all, win on first down against this Marcus defense. You know, those easy drops right there is a coach's nightmare if you're Little Elm.
Max Reyes drops back on 2nd down. He swings one out. This one is caught, but then, no, incomplete again. And again, that was Ibadipo who just let that ball get into his chest and it hit the ground. Max Reyes being betrayed a little bit by his wide receiver. Max Reyes, by the way, coming into tonight with 730 yards passing, 6 touchdowns versus 7 interceptions, completing 55.4% of his passes on the year, the sophomore signal caller. 3rd and 10 now after a couple of drops. Snap back, play action, little slip screen. This one's caught out past the 20 up to the 25. Nice blocking upfield by the linemen who are releasing. And the pass that time was caught by Carlton Mims, the junior wide receiver, number 1, the leading receiver on this team. He came into tonight, 37 catches, 493 yards, and 7 touchdowns, averaging 13.3 a catch. And that time he got 16 to get a first down.
Taking advantage of a greedy 3rd down team that just kind of pinned their ears back and rushed the quarterback, but really good call by the Little Elm offensive staff right there.
1st and 10 for the Lobos. Little play action, and that was a dangerous throw off target. And luckily, he's lucky that was not picked off that time, as Taylor Haslam made a diving attempt for it but couldn't get to it.
Yeah, Easton Mitchell back there in the mix as well. Again, just, game of inches. That one was really close to being the other way.
Looked like he was going maybe for Dylan Breckenridge that time, and maybe Breckenridge cut off his route. Little miscommunication possibly.
Yeah, Reyes doesn't have a whole lot of time back there, so he's got to make a decision rather quickly.
2nd and 10, going with the split back shotgun look again. Handoff this time up the middle, but nothing doing. The ball's on the turf. It's still rolling around. Marcus picks it up. It's Bradley Ezioki, and he is going to take it into the end zone. Are they going to give him the touchdown? Yes, they will. Bradley Ezioki with the fumble return for a touchdown as Jace Oliver took the handoff, and as he got met at the line of scrimmage, got spun around, and the ball got ripped loose. And a scoop and score for the Marauder defense.
Yeah, that was a wild play right there.
That was.
Almost we kind of thought a little bit in the booth it might have been a touchback out of bounds, but referee right there on top of it to say that he did hit pylon before the ball did exit Bradley's hands, and results in 6 for the Marauders right there. They'll do it the hard way.
About the 31, 32-yard line, because that ball looked like it was in the pile, and then it got kicked out towards the Marcus sideline, and Ezioki picked that thing up and ran it back for 6. Extra point, snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. 4:28 to go here in the first quarter. The Marauders all over Little Elm, 21-0. This is Marcus football night. And we have a flag.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
So the Marcus Marauders defense gets on the board with a scoop and score by the starting cornerback Bradley Ezioki. We'll call it 32 yards on the scoop and score that time. I did not get the number of who caused the fumble on the play, because there was a couple of players around the running back, Jace Oliver, as he got hit and spun around, and that ball came loose. But again, it came loose and then kind of got kicked out towards the sideline where Bradley was able to pick it up. And as you said, on the return, it was very close to him losing the ball right as he got hit at the goal line. But the referee, who was watching the line, was watching right down the goal line, called it, said it was good.
And as we were on break, another unsportsmanlike conduct was called for Little Elm. So it looks like we're going to see another onside attempt here from Marcus.
Man, you hate to see that, just because it's been a rough season for the Lobos, and I'm sure their players are frustrated. And yeah, they go onside kick again, and this one's picked, and this one's got a chance to be returned down the sideline and still in bounds. And no, they're going to say he stepped out. But they're going to call him out of bounds at the Marcus 28-yard line. But a great job that time by Peyton Thurman, the senior defensive back, as he charged that ball and got a good hop and was able to pick it up on the run. And, was a half step from returning that one to the house.
Yeah, heads-up play right there by number 0, Peyton Thurman. Again, you know, if you're taught on that hand steam, if you get that high bounce and nobody in front of you, you can house that thing. And really good job right there by the Little Elm coaching staff, probably telling their guys, hey, if you get a clean one, you can run that all the way back, and really nice touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I didn't see who it was that was able to get enough of Thurman to cause him to Turman, excuse me, to cause him to step out of bounds. But one of the Marcus kickoff team members dove at him and got just enough of his feet to make him step on that sideline. 1st and 10 for the Little Elm Lobos at the Marcus 28. Handoff going around the right side. Not much there, as that time it was number 22, Tyson Paul, the sophomore, who got about 2 yards down to the 26. Tyson Paul on the season, 189 yards and a touchdown, averaging only 2.4 per carry.
Little Elm favoring that right side of the offensive line. You look at their roster, they got some 6'2", 270s, 280s on there. They're a hefty-sized group up there, and they definitely love that right side of their offensive line.
2nd and 8 now at the Marcus 26 after the kickoff return. Another handoff up the middle this time, and well, then they move the pile further. Well, they blow the whistle dead. It was number 14, Ryan San Miguel, the linebacker, on the tackle that time, as Carlos Leonard got met in the hole after only a gain of a yard.
Saw number 45, Lamar Lewis, in there as well, getting a little bit of early run tonight, doing a really good job of fitting that A-gap right there to stop it in its tracks.
So now it's 3rd and 7 for the Lobos at the Marcus 25. By far their best opportunity of the night so far to get some points on the board. Snap back, little slip pass underneath, inside the 15, down inside the 10, and that's where he'll get stopped at the 10-yard line. We do have a flag down, however, back in the offensive backfield. It was number 18, Dylan Breckenridge, the senior, on the catch and run. It was a nicely designed play. They faked a little running back screen and came back underneath to the wide receiver. But this is actually going to go against Marcus. They're going to call a personal foul. I'm going to guess probably a roughing the passer call, so that'll move it half the distance to the goal. So on 3rd and 7, a great catch and run as they fake one screen and set up a slip screen in the middle. And Breckenridge takes it 15 yards down to the 10, and then 5 more on the penalty. 1st and goal, snap back, play action, into the end zone, caught for the touchdown. One of those back shoulder fades, Dylan Breckenridge, number 18, who made the catch and run the play before, is able to get separation for Bradley Ezioki, and the Little Elm Lobos are on the board.
Yeah, credit to Little Elm right there. Really good job responding, right? You're down early in this game, 21-0. You get the spark play on special teams, and you go and finish the job. And really impressive coaching staff job right there by Little Elm, really just to kind of rally their troops and keep them in this one for a little while longer.
The extra point is up, and it is good with 2:52 to go in the first quarter. Little Elm's on the board. It's now 21-7 Marcus. This is Marcus football night.
Can you feel it? The paradigm shift. The rising intensity as the engines idle. Let the race begin. Fire up your appetite. Farm fresh beef, straight from the source, to our grill, and from the sea to your plate. All of our ingredients are fresh and made to order. Dine in today and taste the fast and furious difference. Order online or take it to go and fire up your appetite at F&F Japanese Grill.
So the Little Elm Lobos get on the board for the first time tonight as they take advantage of a great kickoff return by Peyton Turman as he returned an onside kick down to the Marcus 28. It's about a 39-yard or so return on that onside kick. This kickoff is going to be returnable. It's going to make it to the goal line, and it is returned by Charlie Burgesson. He's got some room up the middle, outside the 35, and a nice tackle in the middle of the field. Wow, what a great job by number 14, Kendall Daniels, the senior, he prevented what could have been a house call for Charlie Burgesson.
Yeah, we see Colton Nussmeier right there giving a little bit of grief to Burgesson. You only really had 2 guys to beat. Daniels was one of the only ones that could have stopped you, but credit to him right there for standing up and making the tackle. Even in, Marcus territory is what you thought it was going to be, but it'll be lined up around somewhere around the 40 in Little Elm territory, but really good job right there.
Yeah, so the Marauders will take over still, and, well, they're bringing this back.
Don't see any laundry on the field, so must have been a quick pickup.
Yeah, I didn't see it. There's
more than likely a hold is what I'm guessing if they're going to spot this thing at the 7-yard line.
Still didn't see what the penalty call was. Must have been some kind of hold or something, because, yeah, they're taking this all the way back to the 7. Wow, it almost looked like they signaled delay a game, but that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine, but nonetheless, Marcus is going to have around 95 yards to go here.
So wipe out about a 40-yard return by Charlie Burgesson. Handoff up the middle on first down. Plowing out to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3 is Isaiah Kelly-Ikipi on first down. But, going back to that last drive, yeah, give credit to Little Elm. A great return by Peyton Turman of about 39 or so yards when he got a really good friendly hop on the onside kick and hit it running. Got past the coverage team and set up his offense in plus territory, and they took advantage of it with a really nice third down call, and then a beautiful back shoulder fade by Max Reyes to Dylan Breckenridge. Snap back, handoff, coming around the near side, out to the 14, maybe the 15. They're going to call him at the 14. So a gain of 4 for Kelly-Ikipi to set up 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd and 3 here. We've seen Nussmeier kind of be in control all night long. The full menu is available. Can kind of do whatever you want right here. You could go quick hitter, as we've seen Little Elm essentially kind of play too high all night long, kind of giving up that early and often underneath stuff. So, again, be interesting to see what the play call is from Coach Alexander right here.
2:02 to go here in the first quarter. They're going to be in the shotgun. Receiver in motion, snap back, rolling to his left is Nussmeier, and he's just going to take off. He's got room. He's going to get the first down after making a man miss out around the 20-yard line. Great move by Nussmeier to get around the tackle attempt at number 34, the freshman William Swint. Made him miss and gets knocked out at the 20 to move the chains.
Great job right there by Rhett Garza, kind of drawing that Sam linebacker out, making him make a decision. Do I stay with the receiver or do I go get the quarterback? That's just called putting a guy in no man's land, and that's exactly what you're taught to do as a quarterback.
Nussmeier, as we've seen tonight, using his legs liberally this evening. Gets 6 yards there. Snap back, play action. Nussmeier dropping back. He's going to fire one up the near side, and that pass is off a helmet and incomplete. He was trying to hit Isaiah Kelly-Ikipi on a wheel route, and just threw that one, just put a little too much air under that one, and it ended up going off the helmet of the freshman William Swint.
Yeah, for a true freshman out here playing 6A football, I mean, that is a huge deal, to make a play on the ball like that against a senior running back.
Was in position for the ball to hit him at least, so,
Right.
We'll give him credit for making a play.
You don't see a lot of 14, 15-year-old guys on this field, so credit to Mr. Swint right there.
Staying with Kelly-Ikipi step for step. Yep. 2nd and 10 now for the Marauders. They got a bunch trips formation on the near side. Shotgun. He throws it up the far side this time, and that pass is caught. No, incomplete. Not able to hold on to it that time was Charlie Burgesson. He went up, thought he had it, but when he came down, the ball came loose. Defending on the play was Emmanuel Eschman, the senior, number 7. Burgesson just couldn't quite hang on to that one as he went to the ground.
Yeah, a little more physicality this drive. I don't know if it's momentum from the last touchdown, but we've seen this Little Elm defense kind of pin their ears back a little bit and kind of taking it to Marcus, kind of giving them everything they want here on this 3rd and long.
Yeah, they definitely got a little more energy now after that kick return and touchdown, but we're going to have a timeout here with 1:40 to go as Little Elm calls a timeout on defense. We'll take it with them. 1:40 to go in the first quarter. 21-7 Marcus. This is Marcus Football Night.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact Mike Bean for your personal price plan today.
Back here at Marauder Stadium in Flower Mound, Jacob Dedamore, Austin Taylor here with you. Hunter Paris, our executive producer, tonight on this broadcast and has been all season. And we are bringing you senior night here from Marcus, and the Marauders right now leading 21-7 over Little Elm, but on their own 20-yard line facing a 3rd and 10 here with 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. They're going to go 3 receivers, 2 to the near side, single receiver up top, shotgun snap back. Nussmeier's going to fire one out to the near side, and that's caught. A nice running catch by Cooper Campbell, the slot receiver, out of bounds at the 34, gain of 14 and a first down.
It's big time throw, big time catch right there on 3rd and 10. That's the ultimate trust right there that you can have in a slot guy. And you highlighted Cooper Campbell pregame. This guy is about as sure-handed as they come in North Texas.
Yeah, I mean, he came into the game tonight leading the Marauders in catches on the season and was number 2 on the team in yardage. Already has a touchdown tonight on a 42-yard slip screen that he took to the house. 1st and 10 from the Marauders. Jackson Morris goes in motion. Handoff to Mason Jones coming over the left side. Cuts up the middle. Makes a couple of men miss and out to the 45. That'll be a first down for Mason Jones on a gain of 11.
And Mason Jones is making a little bit of hay tonight so far with his opportunities. We've seen him punch it in near the goal line. We've seen him lower his shoulder as well to get those tough yards. He is making the most of his opportunity on senior night this evening.
1st and 10 for the Marauders now at their own 45-yard line as they try to answer back for that Little Elm score. This time they're going to go with a split back shotgun set on first down with Campbell in the backfield with Mason Jones. Campbell now comes in motion to the near side flat. Snap back. Nussmeier drops it off to Mason Jones out over midfield and out of bounds, and now we're going to have a late flag because just a little, that's just a little too aggressive that time. The tackle was made by Tristan Shellhorse, the senior linebacker. He wrapped up Mason Jones in bounds, took him out of bounds, and then put a little mustard on the hot dog and threw him down, and that drew the flag.
Yeah, the Little Elm coaching staff was irate over there as soon as they saw the flag flying. They knew what the penalty was going to be, what wipes out a pretty good play.
You can't throw a guy down 5 yards out of bounds and not expect to draw a flag, so that'll add 15 onto the end of that catch and run by Mason Jones. Guy who we haven't seen really all that involved in the passing game this year, but they've swung it out to him a couple of times already tonight. And they moved that down to, it was a catch and run of 8, and now tack on 15 down to the 33. They're going to go empty on here on first down with 5 wide set. Nussmeier in the shotgun. He's going to drop back. He's going to fire over the middle. Pass is caught and hung on to. Great job by Jake Bayer to not only make the catch, but also withstand the hit to hang on to that ball down at the 15-yard line for a gain of 18.
That's a fun play up here to kind of see develop. You see Little Elm drop back into man. It's 5-on-5. You got to trust the Marauders to have the man advantage right there, and you know Nussmeier is going to let it fly. That's a fun play to call and see develop before our eyes.
1st and 10 at the 15. This will probably be the last play of the first quarter as we're at 25 seconds to go. Under center is Nussmeier. Garza comes in motion. They're going to hand this off up the middle to Isaiah Kelly-Ikipi. Breaks a couple of arm tackles and moves the pile down to about the 11 for a gain of 4. That'll make it 2nd and 6, and don't see the Marauders with much urgency. They're going to go ahead and take this. It looks like the quarter number 2. So really good first quarter for the Marauders. They jump out 21-0 with a couple of offensive scores and a defensive score, but Little Elm answered back with a touchdown of their own. And we go to quarter number 2 here from Marauder Stadium with Marcus on senior night, leading the Little Elm Lobos by a score of 21-7. This is Marcus Football Night.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Orthopedic Associates, proud sponsors of Marcus High School football. Whether it's a game-winning touchdown or a fierce tackle, we're here to keep our athletes strong and in the game. From sports injuries to joint pain, our team of top orthopedic specialists is dedicated to providing the best care to keep you moving. Visit us at Orthopedic Associates, where your health is our victory.
Back from Marauder Stadium for quarter number 2. Jacob Dedamore, Austin Taylor here with you tonight on Champion Sports Radio and Tradio with this broadcast of Marcus Marauder football. Marauders lead the Little Elm Lobos by a score of 21-7. They are on the the Lobo 11-yard line, facing a 2nd and 6. Snap back to Nussmeier. He's going to fire one into the end zone, and that pass is incomplete. Trying to hit the back shoulder fade to Charlie Burgesson, and Burgesson didn't quite get the separation he wanted and didn't get his body turned around in time to make that catch. He's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a tough throw right there from the opposite hash. I mean, you're looking at a 25, 30-yard plus throw in the air with that added, like I said, right hash. But throw Nussmeier can make, and he would make almost 100% of the time. Love his personnel right there, and Burgesson just a little bit outside.
3rd and 6 now for the Marauders at the Little Elm 11-yard line. Trying to answer, and now we're going to have a timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. The Marcus coaching staff, something they didn't like, they went ahead and called the timeout. Their first of the half here with 11:56 to go. So, I think this outside of, that onside kick return, a little special teams miscue that set up Little Elm deep in Marcus territory, this first half I would think has gone about as well as the Marcus coaching staff would like. You've had this is your 4th offensive possession. You've scored 2 touchdowns, and on the 1 offensive possession you didn't. You got a defensive score after you punted.
Yeah, and again, for Little Elm, we've seen them yet to drive the full field, right? And we see that, with our friendly confines, the Texas Longhorns down south, right? Teams essentially can drive when it's a 30-yard maximum to the end zone, but making them drive the full field is what Coach Alexander really wants tonight from his Marauder defense. And if they can do that, they should look to be in control of this one as the night moves on.
Teams now coming back out onto the field for this 3rd down play as the Marauders face a 3rd and 6. Split back shotgun set. Kelly Ikipi and Garza in the backfield. Nussmeier getting flushed. He's going to fire one. That pass is caught inside the 5 and into the end zone. Charlie Burgesson made the catch that time on a great job by Nussmeier as he didn't leave the pocket, but he used his feet to get himself a little more space to throw and fired a strike back against his body to Burgesson.
I don't know many lefty shortstops, but that was kind of a la Patrick Mahomes right there with the little sidearm, just athletic throw. We see it, time and time again from these guys in college that are super dynamic, that can move out of the pocket, but really good job of not giving up on the play and finding your playmaker.
Extra point is up and good from Owen Gall. It's now 28-7. Marcus, we'll go ahead and keep it here after this score. But, man, what a job that time by Nussmeier. The pocket did start to kind of collapse around him. He kind of stepped up and to the side to give himself a little bit of space. And then it looked like, I think he was initially trying maybe to look for Garza on a wheel route out of the backfield. It wasn't there. And he came back to the middle and found Burgesson dragging across and just fired a strike.
Yeah, veteran move because he did get blasted ultimately on that play. Got up and, clapped his hands, was impressed with the job that he did. But that's just another veteran move from a young quarterback that's only going to grow and get better, not only as the season goes on, but as his prep career continues in a really good upward path up into this point.
That is Charlie Burgesson's 3rd touchdown receiving this season. And, of course, the 2nd of the night for Nussmeier through the air. He now has 14 on the year passing the football. So the Marauders answer back. They get that touchdown. They get that 3-touchdown lead back. They lead 28-7 here with 11:49 to go in the first half.
It looks like we finally have a normal kickoff coming.
Yes, we do. Santiago Diaz will boot this one high and deep, and it'll land about 4 yards deep for the touchback. Yeah, no unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on the extra point that time. Other scores from around the district, of course, the one that is very key for folks here, 2 of them, in fact, up in Denton tonight. It is Hebron leading Braswell by a score of 17-0. That game in the 2nd quarter, and over down the road here at Neil E. Wilson Stadium, Flower Mound is trailing Coppell 14-0 as that game is in the 2nd quarter as well. The other game tonight, of course, very important for playoff positioning in this district. Louisville up on Denton Geyer 14-3 over at Louisville in the 2nd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Lobos. Shotgun snap back. It's a handoff, and nothing doing that time as shooting the gap and getting into the backfield that time was number 33, Will Harrison, the junior, and he makes the wrap up right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, good job right there, wrapping and chasing, getting around the tackle and riding that kind of mesh line all the way over. That's a really good job right there by Harrison.
Yeah, that was Abreu O'Bannon, the junior running back, number 3 on the carry, as he got wrapped up for no gain. 2nd and 10. Reyes in the shotgun with O'Bannon next to him. Zone read, handoff again, and a big hit just past the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of 1, but coming up to make the stick was the junior number 20, Brady Moore.
And it hadn't been just one guy tonight for this Marauder defense. All these guys are just kind of laying the boom a little bit. Definitely something that, Mike Alexander likes. You got to be physical if you want to play for Coach Alexander, and we've seen that all the way back to his Grapevine teams back in the day. Just always really tough-nosed physical guys.
3rd and 9 now for the Lobos. Receiver coming in motion behind the formation. Reyes drops it off for a screen and another big hit that time, and it was the same player, Brady Moore, once again, and you're going to get a flag coming from the back from one of the downfield judges. Brady Moore, he kind of earned this one, if we're being honest. He made the big hit, made the stop, and then stood over him and talked some mess to the guy who's on the ground. And that's going to draw you a flag almost every time in high school football.
Yeah, and I understand these coaches' frustration right there. You have a potentially, shutdown stop and a 3-and-out, and exactly what you want from your defense. But unfortunately, it looks like the chains are going to be moving in the opposite direction for the Lobos, and they're going to get to continue on with this drive.
Yeah, that's going to move the ball out to about the 37-yard line. But yeah, Brady Moore just got a little too into the hit that he had just. It's the 2nd consecutive play that he made a huge hit for a stop, and you just can't do that. You can't taunt. That's taunting. Textbook taunting is what that was. Stood over him, looked down at him, and talked some mess. Penalty moves the ball. That'll be his first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Moves the ball out to the 38, 1st and 10 for the Lobos as their drive gets to continue now. Play action, little slip screen, pass is incomplete as it was bobbled and dropped by Carlton Mims. They were trying to get him loose in open space, but give the credit to the Marauder defense. You had number 4, Easton Mitchell, was all over that play.
It was about a foot away from a pick 6 as well.
Yeah.
I saw the kind of screen develop, and he did a good job buzzing it down and staying on his key right there. This Marauder defense is extremely well coached as far as gap scheme and fits.
2nd and 10 now. Trips on the far up top. Here comes a corner blitz and a big hit in the backfield. The ball's on the turf, and it's going to be Marauder football. Covering the ball is the senior nose tackle number 57, Tony Lee, but the hit was made by the junior corner Bradley Umi Izioki, who came on the blitz and just blasted Max Reyes in the backfield.
Yeah, that was beautiful to kind of see develop. Reyes had no idea was kind of coming from his opposite right side, and the pocket awareness collapsed, and again, Bradley doing a great job of laying the hit, knocking the ball loose, and Marcus takes over on offense.
The right-handed Reyes, when he dropped back, he looked left and then looked to the middle and didn't see the blitz coming from his right and just got smacked. So the Marauders take over. First turnover for either team in the ball game tonight. They take over at the Little Elm 35. They hand the ball off on a little end around inside the 20, inside the 10, 5, touchdown. Number 12, Peyton Bolton. I was about to say it was a jet sweep, but it really wasn't that. It was almost like it was an end around after he was already on the end, basically.
Right. That's the time to run it, right? You just get a big turnover. Little Elm might be on their heels a little bit. Really tough for those linebackers to kind of get over there, and a really good job of execution right there by Marcus.
Yeah, and we all know Peyton Belton has speed. He handles a lot of kick return duties for this Marcus Marauder squad. He took that little end around 35 yards to the house. So the first play after the turnover, the Marauders cash it in. 9:58 to go in the first half. It's 35-7 Marcus. This is Marcus football night.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
The Marcus Marauders only need one play to score after the turnover, a 35-yard run from Peyton Belton, the junior wide receiver. The kick from Santiago Diaz is going to be hit at the 3 and then picked up, and now is going to be returned up past the 5, and that's not going to be much more. It's going to be number 18, Dylan Breckenridge, as they were going to try and let that hit, thinking it would roll into the end zone, but it kicked up, and so Little had to try and return it, and they only get it out to the 7-yard line.
A great special teams coverage right there by Marcus. And again, you're looking to do a little of what you just got done doing, turn the ball over or get it back into Colton Nussmeier's hands for this offense, and let the offense continue to do what they've been doing all night long.
By the way, that touchdown for Peyton Belton is his second of the year on the ground, and it was only his 4th carry of the season. He had 3 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown coming into tonight, and he gets touchdown number 2 on the ground on the year for the junior wide receiver on the end around from 35 yards out after the perfectly timed corner blitz from Bradley Umi-Izioki and the fumble that he caused on Max Reyes. First down, play action, pass is deflected and knocked down as he was trying to get Carlton Mims on the outside.
Somebody might have got a piece of that. Thought I saw number 20, Brady Moore, in on the action.
Check that. That was Peyton Turman he was trying to hit on the outside. Pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 7. Split back shotgun set now for the Lobos. Snap back. It is going to be a handoff coming over the left side. Out past the 10. Nice strong run out past the 15. And going to be right at the sticks. They're going to give him a first down, a 10-yard carry by number 9, Carlos Leonard. A great strong run over left tackle.
Yeah, good hard running right there and hitting the hole and sticking to it. Definitely making your mind up, but trusting your offensive line to open you something up, and really hard-nosed run right there by Leonard.
Lobos get the first down at the 17, 1st and 10. Bunch formation at the top, 3 wide receivers. Snap back, zone read action, pull it, RPO, passes thrown and caught at the 20-21-yard line is where they'll give the forward progress to. It was number 87, Jacob Ibadipo, the junior. Give him credit, he hung on to that one after a couple of drops in the first quarter. Gain of 4 out to the 21-yard line. 2nd and 6 now. $8:48 to go here in the first half. They're going to go back to that split back shotgun look. And it's going to be a little play action, flinging it out to the near side. Pass is a little tall for Peyton Turman. Was able to get a hand on it, but that's all he was able to get, just one hand, and it deflects out of bounds.
Seeing a little bit of cut blocking from this Little offensive line. I think they know that as the night wears on, it's going to be tougher and tougher to protect Max Reyes, their quarterback. So kind of going the old school route. If you can't block them, cut them. And you've got to be careful with that, though. The offensive line penalties usually loom large with those kind of blocks.
This time Carlos Leonard comes out of the backfield and lines up in the slot. Rolling to his right is Reyes. Pass is high, but caught out past the 30 for a first down. And it is Carlton Mims, the leading receiver. Nice job going up by Mims to high point that ball. He makes the grab out at the 33 for a gain of 12 and a first down.
Good job right there by Mims. Those trips right formation, you had 2 break it off into an out route with 1 continuing to draw the safety away. Good play design right there by Little.
1st and 10 now for the Lobos. Reyes slings it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Coverage was beautiful that time by Easton Mitchell as he was right on top of Jacob Ibadipo as the pass came in. Reyes, I've noticed, especially on these RPOs, he's got a little sidearm action on his throws that maybe lets him release it quicker, but it also lowers the trajectory of the ball as well.
Yeah, that might be my halftime assignment. I want to see if Mr. Reyes is a baseball guy, because You kind of see that a lot from these, smaller in stature athletic quarterbacks have a little baseball background typically.
Handoff on second down, out past the 35. Another good, strong run out to the 38, maybe the 39-yard line by Carlos Leonard. He's going to get about 5 yards on that run. They're going to mark him at the 39, so we'll call it a gain of 6, setting up a 3rd and 4 for the Lobos. Leonard having some success on this drive on the ground, finding some room to run. Leonard checks in at a stout 5'9", 192. Very Mason Jones-like in his stature. Empty set here. Snap back to Reyes. He's going to fire one, drop it over the middle, but the Marcus defense is all over it. Only going to be a gain of 1 at the 40 as he dropped it off to Ibadipo once again, the junior, and he got hit for only a gain of a yard, and that'll force a punt.
That's a good job right there by the Marauder defense to kind of settle things down, have a normal 3-and-out for once with no extracurriculars, and giving Colton Nussmeyer in this offense another chance to go tack on 6 more.
And Cooper Campbell is back deep once again to receive this punt, so I'm going to assume that Austin Allen is maybe a little banged up tonight and not in uniform. We haven't seen him on the field. He has been a very good return man for the Marauders this year. And we got flags all over the field as there was a bunch of movement at the line of scrimmage. I think the Marauders may have just extended this drive by jumping the snap count a little bit.
I think you are right, and this Marcus coaching staff is the opposite of happy as they trot the sidelines.
Well, no, they're going to mark this. They're going to say it's a false start.
Oh, wow.
They're going to mark this one against Little Elm, it looks like. At least, well, the referees are conferring, but they started to move backwards like it was a false start, but it sure looked like Marcus jumped into the neutral zone first.
To my naked eye, I did see Marcus was the guilty party. But again, we've seen it really at all levels of football. You don't really know what's going to be called, whether it's a flag, not a flag, a reviewed penalty, a taken back penalty. We'll see what the final verdict is here.
Yeah, this is quite the conference of countries here we've got going on right now. And yes, they are going to call, looks like they're going to call offsides against Marcus because the offense for Little Elm is coming back on the field. So they do signal offsides, and that for the second time tonight, the Marauders are going to allow Little Elm to continue a drive on a penalty. Now the Marauders went ahead and forced the punt on the last possession after doing this. We'll see what Little Elm's able to, if they're able to take advantage of this second life this time around, as they'll have the ball now 1st and 10 at their own 45. There was a couple of Marauders that jumped into the neutral zone too.
Sure.
Split back shotgun set here on 1st down. Reyes with the handoff up the middle. A couple of yards before contact was made. Easton Enfinger, the senior linebacker, came up and made the stick. About a 3-yard gain for Jace Oliver that time. Jace Oliver also the backup quarterback for this squad. Splits time as one of the running backs as well. Gain of 3 out to the 48, 2nd and 7. This time Reyes has Tyson Paul back there with him. Pulls the ball out, makes a couple of men miss. Boy, what a run by Reyes. He gets the first down into Marcus territory inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. A nice, beautiful 13-yard run by Max Reyes on the little zone read. Broke multiple tackles before he was finally brought down at the 39.
Credit where credit's due. Couple circle buttons right there by Max Reyes. A little spin cycle, and gets definitely Marcus off their heels a little bit. Kind of has them up reaching, and got to wrap up on Reyes.
First time tonight that Little Elm's actually been able to drive into Marcus territory. 1st and 10, handoff, nothing doing this time as the Marauder defense was all over that play. Austin Enfinger again, along with number 45, Lamar Lewis, as they brought down Caleb Howard almost immediately. Excuse me. That was not, I was looking at the wrong number. That was number 28, Noor Adan, who was brought down that time, or was it 20? It's hard to read those numbers here sometimes. That's my bad. That's Miles Steele, number 20.
Yep, there we go.
Sorry.
Now, Marcus has done a really good job just kind of rotating these defensive personnel in tonight. Doesn't really matter who it is. They're getting pressure.
Snap back handoff to Steele again, and again, nothing doing. It's this time Tony Lee got the penetration into the backfield and wrapped up Steele once again at the line of scrimmage.
Again, like I said, to kind of further my last point, it's really good when we're calling somebody else's name almost every play.
Yep.
It's not a one-man show for this Marcus defense. They have, 11 plus guys that can all do a good job of corralling the tackler.
Back-to-back stops for no gain on first and second down, sets up 3rd and 10 at the 39. Rolling to his right is Reyes, stepping up, flings it out, sidearm. The pass is incomplete. He was trying to hit Carlton Mims, was kind of off balance when he threw it and just kind of flicked it sidearm, and a diving attempt by Mims. He couldn't come up with it. Now it's 4th and 10, and I think Little Elm, as understandably, is just going to leave the offense on the field here.
Yeah, you're in really no man's land. You're down, multiple scores, and you're going to have to throw something at least 10 yards in the vicinity to maybe, try to draw a penalty, try to give it, into a playmaker's hands where he can run for the first down. You're definitely going to see something through the air here from the Lobos.
Steele in the backfield to the left of Reyes on 4th down. He steps up, fires one to the near side, has a man, and Mims can't come up with it. A little bit underthrown that time from Reyes. You had Mayfield, I think it was Mayfield number 3, who was on the coverage that time, and I think it may have actually deflected a little bit off of Mayfield's body as he had his back to the ball, and Mims just couldn't come up with the deflection.
Yeah, a little bit of a face guard there, just kind of a, right in his face right as the ball is there, and I'm sure Mayfield's looking at the whites of Mims' eyes right there. They kind of get bigger, right? And as that happens, you want to make a play on the ball, get your hands up there to bat it down.
Marauders go empty set on 1st and 10. Snap back, little quick pass to his tight end, number 80 Jackson Morris, breaking a couple of tackles and finally brought down in Little Elm territory at the 47. That'll be a gain of 14 yards for the senior tight end Jackson Morris, as now Marcus will run tempo after the 4th down stop by the Marcus defense. They go with a 4 wide receiver formation up top, empty set. This time Nussmeier's going to fling it deep down the side. That pass is knocked away. Great defense that time from Little Elm, the defensive back, the starting cornerback, number 2, Kaysen Evans, the junior, as he was just only a step behind. We do have a flag back here in the offensive backfield, but he was trying to hit the senior Rhett Garza on a deep route on one-on-one coverage, and just a great job by Kaysen Evans on defense.
Yeah, really good coverage. I want to highlight the play before the reception of Jackson Morris. Rhett Garza was giving him a hard time. It's almost like he wanted a lateral as Morris was going down. Risky play, but I think if he would have given it to him, I think Garza might be in the end zone right now.
The flag, by the way, is against Little Elm. That's a personal foul, hands to the face penalty. The second one of those tonight on Little Elm. So despite the great defense by Kaysen Evans, the Marauders get the first down on the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, not much more Evans can do on that play. I'm sure he's probably looking at his buddy saying, what the heck, guys, I don't know what I have to do.
1st and 10 at the 32. Now play action. Nussmeier dropping back. Pass is caught on a little short hitch route by Charlie Burgesson. He gets wrapped up at about the 28-yard line. That'll be a gain of 9. Nice job by Nussmeier, because on that little play action, he got pressured immediately and just took a couple of steps backwards and then flung the ball with his wrist.
Yeah, he's got a back pedal like a DB. I mean, it's quick, short, choppy, and he gets the job done. He always kind of seems composed back there. Even when he is essentially running for his life, you never really feel like he's out of control, which is just a trait that's really hard to find, especially in young high school quarterbacks.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. 2nd and 1 for the Marauders at the 23 of Little Elm. Dropping back on play action is Nussmeier. Pass is caught inside the 10, down to the 5, and it'll be 1st and goal as Jackson Morris catches his second pass of the drive, and he's a little slow to get up as he took a nice shot there, and he's a little bit gimpy coming up after taking that shot to the thigh. He's, for the moment, going to stay in the game here as Rhett Garza checks in for Arinze Kazakpala. It'll be 1st and goal at the 4. Nice job by Jackson Morris to go up and snag that one for a 19-yard gain. Shotgun with Isaiah Kelly Ikipi in the backfield. Motion, play action, Stepping up is Nussmeier, and he's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. Red Sea just kind of parted for him there a little bit. He took off, scored without being touched from 4 yards out.
Yeah, really good job right there by Marcus to just kind of keep the formation spread. You see a lot of offenses kind of tighten things up inside the 5. I think it makes it easier on the defense when you do that. You got to guard all the weapons that they have outside, and right there, you know, whether it was designed or not, like you said, the Red Seas did part, and Nussmeier punches it in and now is an extra point away from a 42-7 lead.
Owen Gall on for the kick. The extra point is up, and it is good. 2:05 to go here in the first half. The Marauders in full control. It is 42-7 Marcus. This is Marcus Football Night.
Fall will be here before you know it. Is your home ready? Upgrade your home with Pella Windows and Doors for only $199 a month. Our beautiful, energy-efficient windows come with a lifetime warranty, ensuring your family stays comfortable through every season. Call now for a free consultation and make sure your home is prepared with Pella.
After the Marauder defense gets a 4th down stop, the Marauder offense takes advantage and goes 61 yards for their latest score, finished off by the first touchdown on the ground this season by Colton Nussmeier, a 4-yard scramble. And the Marauders are now at 42-7. This kickoff is high and again returnable. It's going to be caught at the 6-yard line, turned up the middle, out to the 12-yard line, and not much more great coverage by Marcus that time, as not much room to run for Dylan Breckenridge, and the offense will take over for Little Elm. Jacob Dedamore and Austin Taylor here with you tonight from Marauder Stadium as the Marauders on senior night, not only trying to send the seniors out happy on their final game, in their final game here at Marauder Stadium, but also keep those playoff hopes alive, and they are well on their way to doing that tonight. First and 10. Handoff coming to the far side towards the Little Elm sideline. A little bit of room that time for Tyson Paul, the sophomore. Only going to get about 2 yards, though, out to the 15 to make it 2nd down and 8.
And that clock not stopping as
But
he goes out of bounds there. So you never know. Marcus could be aggressive here, potentially get the ball back. We'll see how they play this one out, but definitely still on the table here for the Marauders.
Reyes takes a shotgun snap, steps up as he steps away from the blitz, but he's not going to get much. He's going to get wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to drive. Well, they're going to blow it dead before he gets any more forward progress, but multiple Marcus defenders in on the tackle that time. You had number 3, Jamison Mayfield, number 8, Easton Enfinger, number 0, Jacob Knutson, all in there on the tackle. No gain on the play for Reyes, for Max Reyes, 3rd and 8 now for Little Elm.
And I would be shocked if they are not using the full array of this play clock as it approaches 20 seconds, as we also approach about 1:10 left of game clock until the half.
Give you a couple of quick score updates after this play, as the other 2 games that are very important to the Marauder fan base and football team have now reached halftime. 3rd and 8 now for Little Elm as they go 4 wide, 2 to each side. Snap back to Reyes, play action, pass over the middle, and that's just a miscommunication. Neither receiver was ready to look for the pass, which came out quick, and it just hit green turf and bounced into the Little Elm bench.
So now this is interesting, right? You got 52 seconds left. You have a couple timeouts if you're Marcus. You're more than likely going to receive the ball in your territory, right, regarding a huge booming punt here. We're going to see how aggressive Coach Alexander is to potentially make this a almost 50-burger in the first half.
Cooper Campbell back to receive at the Little Elm 47 as Latrell Armstrong back to punt. Oh, gets a good leg into this one. This is his best punt of the night, as it is actually muffed by Cooper Campbell at about the Marcus 39, and he's going to get wrapped up right around there where he touched the ball initially. That was a great punt that time from Latrell Armstrong of 46 yards, and he drove Cooper Campbell back.
Well, that was impressive leg right there. I'm not too sure how hard the wind's blowing outside. I don't think it's much.
Yeah, not
any.
much tonight.
So he earned all of that one right there. That was a great punt.
Those two games I mentioned here in 5-6A at the half up in Denton. Hebron is up on Braswell by a score of 17-0 at the half. Also at the half, down the road at Neely Wilson Jaguar Stadium, Coppell leads Flower Mound 21-7 at halftime. And of course, the game for playoff positioning taking place over in Louisville at the half. Louisville up on Geyer 21-10 as the Fighting Farmers try to earn the second place spot here in 5-6A. And well, they got the chains tangled up on the Little Elm sideline, so taking an extra minute or two here to get things ready to go here.
Not sure if they're marking it back from the spot here.
Well,
Little
the chain crew is tangled up. They're going to mark it at the 39. They've got the ball ready. Although we had we had a penalty, which I did not see.
That's what I was going to say.
Was there a hold of some kind, or
I'm not sure. The Little Elm coaching staff was losing their minds over there about something. I didn't see a flag if there was one. But
I didn't either.
Like ball's going to be spotted
either
right there.
A hold or a block in the back.
Looks like it's going to be right hash. 29-yard line.
Yep. 10-yard penalty added on to the end of the backing the Marauders up. So they'll start now at their own 29-yard line. 37 seconds to go. They are spreading things out with three receivers to the near side. Snap back, Nussmeier dropping back. He's going to swing it out to Mason Jones, who makes the catch and gets knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 7 at the 36-yard line. So a little quick hitter out of the backfield.
More importantly, that clock does stop with positive yardage and with Jones getting out of bounds. So again, full menu, full playbook still available right here with 2 timeouts at your disposal. Look for Marcus to go downfield here and really test these Little Elm defensive backs.
2nd and 3, 31 seconds to go. Nussmeier dropping back out of the shotgun, going to fire one to the far side. Flag comes in. That'll probably be a hold. The pass was caught by Charlie Burgess for a first down, but they're going to bring this one back, and that may end any thoughts that Marcus had of trying to get the ball down the field. We'll see what Coach Alexander does, but I think that penalty might just have them take a knee here.
I think they're going to nag number 60, Jimmy Graham, right there. Just kind of pulled defensive tackle number 59, David Henderson, down really by his chest plate, essentially, which is unfortunate.
That's going to be a talking point in the Marcus locker room at half. They've had some penalties in this first half, that a couple on defense that continued drives for Little Elm, and had one here on offense. Marcus is lining up here in a shotgun and a 4-wide look on 2nd and 13. And they're running it. They're running the offense. Nussmeier dropping back. He's going to fling one out, and it's off the hands of Charlie Burgesson at about the 34-yard line. Makes it 3rd and long.
You're seeing Little Elm essentially line up in a cover 4 right here. Nothing over the top. They kind of know that this is the last thing that can happen. They got 4 deep safeties, essentially. They'll take anything they can get underneath. They'll give that up all day. They just don't want anything cheap over the heads of the defensive backs right here as we end the first half.
3rd and 13 at the 26 for the Marauders. Nussmeier in the shotgun. Cooper Campbell comes in motion. Makes it a trips look here on the near side. Flag immediately on the snap. Nussmeier rolling. He's going to fire one deep down the far side, looking for Garza, and he makes the catch. Turns back to the inside at the 20 and brought down at the 13. And a flag is down, so there's no need to call a timeout here. We'll see what the penalty is. It was dropped right at the snap. Now, if it's a defensive penalty, it'll be declined. But again, no need to call the timeout. Well, they may call one anyway if they decline the penalty.
Sure, you can call one to just get your perfect play set up if you do elect to keep the offense out here. 5 seconds left. You got 2 plays maximum, more than likely 1.
It was an offside penalty on Little Elm, so a great job. And they're going to go ahead and send the field goal team on with 5 seconds left in the half. And a timeout was called by Marcus to, because they declined the penalty, they go ahead and call the timeout. But a great connection that time by Garza and Nussmeier again. Huge catch and run, and Garza nearly took that one to the house.
You're inside your own 20, essentially, with 18 seconds left. We kind of thought up here in the booth, it's just going to be a formality at this point. But no, they sent it deep, and they're going to try to get 3 points out of the deal.
61 yards on the catch and run to Rhett Garza. Biggest play of the night for either team. And that is going to set up a field goal attempt, for Owen Gall. This will be about 30, 31 yards, just inside the right hash. As the senior will get a chance to boot one in for 3. And they're going to set up right at the 20-yard line here. So it'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt for Owen Gall. Gall lines it up. Snap is down. Hold is down. Kick is up. And the kick is good. Owen Gall nails it from 30 yards out and adds 3 more points on the board for the Marcus Marauders, who go to halftime on senior night with a huge 45-7 lead. When we come back, we're going to take a break here, myself and Austin Taylor. We're going to give you some sounds of halftime, show a little video package and whatnot for you. Probably catch the Little Elm Band and their routine, and then we'll come back a few minutes before the start of half number 2, catch you up on the stats and scores from around the area, and get ready for half number 2. It's 45-7 Marcus over Little Elm. This is Marcus Football Night.
Fall will be here before you know it. Is your home ready? Upgrade your home with Pella Windows and Doors for only $199 a month. Our beautiful, energy-efficient windows come with a lifetime warranty, ensuring your family stays comfortable through every season. Call now for a free consultation.
Is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
Can you feel it? The paradigm shift. The rising intensity as the engines idle. Let the race begin. Fire up your appetite. Farm fresh beef, straight from the source, to our grill, and from the sea to your plate. All of our ingredients are fresh and made to order. Dine in today and taste the fast and furious difference. Order online or take it to go and fire up your appetite at F&F Japanese Grill.
Fans experience amazing at Marty.
Welcome back to Marauder Stadium here in Flower Mound. Jacob Dedamore and Austin Taylor with you as we are getting ready for the start of the second half. The Marcus Marauders lead the Little Elm Lobos by a score of 45-7. Then the Marauders will be kicking off to start the third quarter. A very successful first half, obviously, for the Marauders in the first half. Some of the numbers in that first half, Marauders had 300, these are all unofficial, of course, but the Marauders had 359 yards of total offense to 92 for Little Elm, 140 on the ground for Marcus with 219 through the air. Colton Nussmeyer, 13 of 21 for that 219 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nussmeyer also had a touchdown on the ground as he carried the ball 4 times for 50 yards to lead the team in rushing as well. On the ground, Peyton Belton had a 35-yard end around for a touchdown. Isaiah Kelly-Ikipi, 5 carries for 26 yards. Mason Jones, 4 for 22 and a touchdown on the receiving end. Rhett Garza only had the 1 catch, but it was a 61-yard catch and run that set up the field goal at the end of the first half by Owen Gall. You had Cooper Campbell with 3 for 61 and a touchdown. Charlie Burgesson had a score as well. 2 catches for 20 yards as he spread the ball around. Jackson Morris, 2 for 33. Jake Bayer, 2 for 28. Mason Jones, to go along with his rushing numbers, had 2 catches for 14 yards. Just a really good all-around first half by the Marauder offense, who only punted once. Defensively, even though the Marauders did give up a touchdown on defense after a nice kick return by Little Elm, the defense got that score, even things out, because they also had a defensive touchdown on a fumble return for a score by Bradley Izioki. So all around, pretty good first half for the Marcus Marauders.
Yeah, anytime you look up at the scoreboard and you see 45 points on the board, as a coaching staff and as a player, you got to be, everything happy and more. What you want to see the second half is more of the same, right? Clean up the penalties, take care of the football, get some of these seniors some good opportunity to shine and get on out of here with a win.
Santiago Diaz boots this one high, and it's going to be fair caught. Little Elm makes the smart decision this time. They fair catch it at the 3 as Dylan Breckenridge makes the catch. So Little Elm will start at the 25-yard line on offense. Third quarter down the road at Neely Wilson Stadium. The Flower Mound Jaguars trail the Coppell Cowboys by a score of 28-14 in that one. Unfortunately for the Marauders, Hebron is all over Denton Braswell tonight as they're in the fourth quarter up in Denton, and Hebron is in full control, 31-0 in that one. So the Marauders not going to be able to get into fourth place on their own tonight at the very least, and we'll go into next week with still a lot to play for. 1st and 10, snap back, little RPO action, pass is thrown and caught on the far side of the field, as making the grab was Peyton Turman, number 0, gain of 6 yards out to the 31 on first down. Nice job right there by Max Reyes on the little RPO zone read action. Reyes in the first half, 8 of 18, 51 yards passing and a touchdown. He also had 13 yards on the ground. The 1 touchdown went to Dylan Breckenridge, the senior wide receiver. 2nd and 4, handoff, going over right guard. It's going to be close to a first down, maybe about a yard short, as that was number 20, Miles Steele, on the carry. Setting up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, big right here for Marcus. You got a chance to get off the field on a 3rd and short here as we have a stoppage of play. Not sure yet. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a yard short.
Yep.
And that clock will run. Big chance right here to get off the field if you're Marcus. Give your offense another shot as we see Colton Nussmeyer on the sidelines warming up. You wonder how much longer he will be in the game if Marcus can string together another couple touchdown drives.
Split back shotgun set here on 3rd and 1. Snap back to Reyes. It will be a handoff up the middle, and a nice strong run for a first down, but a flag is down right at the line of scrimmage, right in front of the Little Elm bench. It was Jace Oliver on the carry. He got 3 yards to get past the sticks. Let's see what the call is. It was the side judge on the far side of the field who made the call. Looks like it's against Marcus, actually, as they're looking at the Little Elm bench to see what they want to do.
I'm not sure what the call was, or I guess we'll get a final verdict here as we look down to our head official in the white cap.
Looks like they're calling offsides in neutral zone. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone, or jumped into the neutral zone for Marcus. So they'll take the 5-yard penalty and move it out to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10. That was the one little bugaboo that the Marauders had in the first half, and that was a couple of penalties that extended drives on defense. Little zone read action. Reyes keeps it, gets out past the 40 to the 42-yard line, a gain of 3.
Number 33, Will Harrison, in on that tackle again.
Will Harrison, the junior anchor, in very active on that defensive line for the Marcus defense.
He's done a great job tonight, really just kind of sticking to his keys, playing the gaps the way they're supposed to be played, not really biting on any eye candy that Little Elm has shown this far.
Tanasi Jaeger at number 56 in at nose tackle right now. Snap back, handoff to Steele, and the ball's on the turf, and it is covered. Looks like, I think that Little Elm got it back. It was number 87, Jacob Ibadipo, who was able to jump on the ball. That ball popped out of the gut of Miles Steele, but it was recovered by Little Elm out at the 48. It actually ended up getting about 2 or 3 yards out of that fumble recovery.
Random nugget, Ibadipo was sporting some OU Sooners gloves in the first half. He has since taken those off, going with the old school approach of just bare hands.
3rd and 1. It's going to be a quarterback draw by Reyes. He'll get the first down into Marcus territory inside the 45 to the 44. That'll be a gain of 7 as they move the 6. That's just a quarterback lead play with Steele leading him into the hole as the blocker.
Yeah, really good job there by that interior offensive line to continue the sticks moving. I'm sure if you're still Coach Alexander, you're still upset about these little penalties that keep extending drives for Little Elm. But you got the clock on their side, and the clock is rolling.
1st and 10 at the 44. Now we'll have a false start as number 20, Miles Steele, took a little jab step forward. That'll back it up 5 yards.
The old announcer jinx again. That's the second time. I think I'm down to the count 0-2.
Little Elm getting a little action going in the run game on this drive, though, having some success on the ground.
Yeah, going to be interesting here. Again, a lot of ground success, but when you put yourself behind the chains, it makes it incredibly hard to stay consistent with that and put a full 75-yard drive together.
1st and 15, now back at the 49. Play action, that pass is deflected, and then Reyes catches his own pass, and maybe he's going to gain about a yard out of that. Wow, what a great heads-up play by Reyes as that pass on the blitzing linebacker deflected that pass, and Reyes just picked it out of the air and actually made something positive out of it.
Let's call that a Brett Favre play right there. And it's funny enough, Reyes wears number 4, just like Mr. Favre did. But again, a really good job right there to just kind of stay focused, not panic, and pick up a little bit of yardage.
Play action by Reyes. He's blitzed again, and this time he's going to go down. As coming in to get the sack is the senior, number 45, Lamar Lewis. And he drops Reyes back at the Little Elm 47-yard line. That'll be a loss of 5 yards on the play to set up 3rd and long.
Really like what I've seen from Lewis tonight.
Yeah.
He's kind of been in and around almost every play. He's flashed a couple times. We called his name a couple times in the first half, but the 5'11", 210-pound junior's done a really good job tonight.
Yeah, he just had his first action of the season off. He had been inactive most of the season with injury. Came back last week after Liam Hoskins went down with injury, playing really well tonight. Here comes a blitz on 3rd down. Pass is high and incomplete as it looked like he was trying to get the ball to Jace Oliver, number 5, and just overshot. And he had a blitz coming on his backside, and he got rid of it just in time.
Yeah, defensive coordinator Tanner Antle's kind of been in his bag a little bit tonight with these really well-timed corner blitzes. Really liking what I've seen from them. They really come at opportune times, and we saw the strip sack early in the first half as well, and you see the other corner blitz right there to force a punt for Little Elm.
Yeah, a couple of first downs for Little Elm on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but then the Marcus defense stands up, and the punt team is on. Cooper Campbell back to receive, and he will make the grab on the fair catch at the 18-yard line. That's where the Marauder offense will take over for their first possession here of the 3rd quarter. 7:34 to go here in the 3rd. So Little Elm had a little something going, but that penalty really set them back and allowed the Marcus defense to really bring the pressure after that.
Yeah, when you get behind the chains, like I alluded to earlier, it makes it really hard. You know, whether you're dominating in the pass game or the run game, these procedural penalties pre-snap really can be the Achilles heel.
They actually mark it at the 19 officially. That'll be a 34-yard punt for Latrell Armstrong. 1st and 10 for the Marauders. Snap back. It's going to be a toss to the outside. Out past the 25, out past the 30. Really strong run. Still on his feet. Out past the 35 is Mason Jones to the 39, a 20-yard run. What a strong run by Mason Jones. And by the way, Jake Torgeson, the junior, is in at quarterback. So thinking Colton Nussmeyer is done for the evening.
Mason Jones, man, again, just we've called his name probably 4 or 5 times tonight. Every time he's touched the ball, something positive has happened for the Marauder offense. Really good job tonight by the senior running back getting the most of his opportunities.
20-yard carry for Jones. 1st and 10 at the 39. Peyton Belton in the game at slot receiver. He goes in motion to the right side of the formation. Snap back to Torgeson. A little half roll right, and the pass is dropped. He had number 15 that time. Sorry, not number 15, number 85. Kazakh Pala, Chinazor Kazakh Pala on a little quick out, and Chinazor just took his eyes off the ball.
Yeah, pretty good little zone read play right there. Pulled it and made a good throw. Unfortunate, didn't come down with it. That was going to at least cut the yardage in half.
Yep. 2nd and 10 now, as they have a trips formation to the near side. Belton goes in motion. Snap back, hand off. Jones over the right side this time. Going to get wrapped up after a gain of about 3. Tackle made that time by number 25, Gavin Ellis, the sophomore. This is a very young team, by the way, for Little Elm. A lot of sophomores in there 2 deep and some juniors as well. So they're going to have a lot of experience coming back next year. Not very many seniors in the 2 deep for Little Elm.
You even highlighted number 34, William Swint,
yeah,
just
got
a freshman.
Yep. Second and 7 now, 3rd and 7, excuse me, at the 42 for the Marauders as they go with a 3-wide set. Jake Bayer comes in motion, coming a little zipping back and forth, and he's going to make the catch, and he's got it into Little Elm territory. That little back and forth motion, he ran a little quick out, but we have a flag down here in the offensive backfield. Yeah. So this may be coming back. That was going to be a nice game for Jake Bayer of about 15 yards or so.
A little pre-snap eye candy right there from Coach Alexander. Really well executed play, unfortunately. Unless they pull this flag up. Nope, it's going to be
a personal foul on the defense. So tack on 15 more. 13-yard catch and run for Jake Bayer to get a first down. Add 15 more. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Marauders down at the Little Elm 30-yard line. As checking into the game, Jacob Reedus, the senior tight end, number 84. We're going to see a lot of the seniors who don't get a lot of snaps getting a lot of snaps here in this second half. Chinazor Kazakh Pala in there as well at 1 wide receiver spot. Torgeson in the backfield. And at running back, number 23, Cade McKnight. Snap back. It's a handoff to McKnight. And he just kind of bulls his way forward for about 3 yards down to the 32.
Again, what you want to see here is just keeping the ball, obviously keeping that clock moving, getting these guys the most of their opportunities, and again, holding on to the football is just so paramount here. You know you're probably not in danger of losing this ball game, but you still want to end it off the right way.
Cade McKnight coming into the season, 11 carries, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Jake Torgeson, by the way, 5 of 9 for 70 yards, a touchdown, and an interception in limited action this year. Snap back, and immediately a defender gets in the backfield, and now we're going to have a late flag, and we're going to have all kinds of stuff. Oh, you hate this. Action after the play. Coaches are on the field getting control of their players right now, and it looked like somebody I thought jumped off sides by Little Elm and got into the back of it, but we've got all kinds of flags now coming out. We could see some ejections as well. Jake Torgeson got wrapped up almost like 2 steps after he took the snap because somebody penetrated immediately. Whether they were offside or not, I'm not certain. But then as the whistle's blowing, the Little Elm defender still kept going and took Torgeson to the ground. And offensive linemen, like you would expect, they come up to defend their guy, and that just set off a bit of a melee. And a helmet got ripped off. I think it was number 55, Josh Govan, who had his helmet knocked off. And Now the officials are trying to sort all this mess out.
Yeah, this might take a while. We got turf beads on the referees, so I think the linesman actually hit the turf trying to break up the scuffle.
Yeah.
Again, we might be in for a little lengthy delay. I count, to my naked eye, 5 flags on the field
and
still.
2 hats. Yeah, there's the white referee hat, and one of the other officials' black hat is on the field, along with. This kind of turned into a melee there.
Yeah, somebody get the tide to go. There's a lot of laundry that needs to be done. But again, this is not what you want to see in a game that's essentially out of hand. And again, I'm all for defending your quarterback when he gets slammed to the ground by that. But no need for any of the extracurriculars beyond that. So we'll see where this gets settled. Could be offsetting for all I know.
Yeah, but there also, I could see maybe an ejection or 2 out of this as well.
Sure.
But yeah, you'd think there's going to be multiple personal fouls both ways. And this is, we definitely have the League of Nations conference call going on here right now back at the 40-yard line. Marcus, as they try to figure all of this out.
Sure, and it's just a bad look, especially when you go into a game next week in Coppell. You don't want to lose, potentially somebody that's going to play meaningful snaps. And you look in this game, it's the second half, and you're kind of. I look at it like if we're playing college football and you were to be ejected, you're out the first half of next week, right? So. Just something that you don't want to develop into a habit, and I don't think that it is really for either of these teams.
Yeah, and again, it just started. We've seen it a couple times tonight. The Little Elm players have had a very tough season, and it's been very frustrating for them, and I understand, but we've seen it a couple times tonight where they've had unsportsmanlike conduct penalties on extra points. You had one of the linebackers throw a guy down on the sideline 5 yards out of bounds for a personal foul, and now the whistle was clearly – he wrapped up the quarterback – almost immediately, and then just kept driving him back 10 yards, the Little Elm defender did, and then drove him into the turf while the whistle's blowing, and it's just, Yeah,
and you see Coach Alexander really huddling the entire team together, and I can't read lips from this far, but if I was a fly on the wall, essentially, I think I know exactly what he's saying. He's saying, guys, we got to be better than this. Let's finish this out the right way. Let's stay composed. They're going to probably try to get you off your game. Again, and whether that's true or false, that's what you got to tell your guys, to just stay composed, end this thing out the right way, right? You're less than 30 minutes away from getting out of here and really facing a really good Coppell team.
Now we have one of the officials explaining what the calls are going to be to Coach Alexander. And I'm sure they will go, now they're going to explain it to the Little Elm coaches as well. And so we'll see what the calls are here. It's, again, big delay here as they try to sort all this out.
Right, and again, I'm not on any side here when it comes to taking care of your players. I understand it's been a tough year for Little Elm. You're 0-8. You're on the verge of getting blown out yet again. I'm sure a lot of pent-up frustration.
I mean, most definitely. I mean, there's going to be at least one personal foul on each side out of this for sure.
He said several unsportsmanlike conducts
by both teams. Okay. So they called one unsportsmanlike penalty on Marcus on Chinazor Kazakh Pala number 85. They called one on number 99, Aiden Main, number 13, Damari Steele, and on number 9, Carlos Leonard, all for Little Elm. Carlos Leonard was ejected from the game, number 9. So a total of 4 personal fouls. They all offset in the end.
Let's play some football.
And so now we've got a 3rd down and 12 after the 5-yard loss on the sack, as Jake Torgerson is now back under center. Hoy, what a melee. Torgerson takes a snap. They blitz. They swing it out. to the near side, caught by McKnight, turns upfield inside the 25, the 20, and tripped up, gets the first down. He's going to get down to the 18, a gain of 14 yards, and the little swing pass screen to Cade McKnight works, and they move the chains, do the Marauders.
And good job staying composed right there if you're Marcus. Obviously, we just had almost a 5-minute delay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can kind of get off your wheels a little bit, but really good job to deliver a good ball and move the sticks.
So we do have, again, one ejection. Carlos Leonard, I guess, came off the bench, and that might be why he got ejected, because he's one of the running backs for this team and does not really play defense, so he must have come off the bench, hence the ejection. 1st and 10. Fake toss, rolling out to his right is Torgerson, looking for a man. Has a man, caught into the end zone for the touchdown. Blake Butler, number 83, the senior tight end, makes the catch on the drag route, and the Marauders are on the board here in the 3rd quarter. A great job by the senior tight end getting some run here in the 2nd half.
I think I gave you a thumbs up as soon as that play fake happened. I knew that was a play-action waggle bootleg right there on a drag route, and that's just beautiful execution right there, especially by your twos, which I'm sure Mike Alexander is extremely excited about. One, when you can execute from the top down, that's exactly what you want to see.
Extra point is up and good. 4:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's now 52-7 Marcus. This is Marcus football night.
Fans experience amazing at Marty B's restaurants. Marty B's, Rustico, 1845. Marty B's Coffee, and now open Branded Bowls. And coming very soon, you can experience sizzling fajitas and wonderful margaritas at their all-new Cactus Canyon. Experience amazing in any and all Marty B's locations.
So after the melee, the Marcus Marauders cash in after they convert a 3rd and 14 on a screen pass to Cade McKnight on 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Jake Torgerson finds senior tight end Blake Butler on a crossing route, and he scampers into the end zone for a touchdown. Only the 2nd catch of the year for Blake Butler and his 1st touchdown on the season. It's the 2nd passing touchdown of the year for Jake Torgerson, the junior backup, and the Marauders have the first score of quarter number 3. And, of course, for the 3rd time tonight, we had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on an extra point. Oh, they called it against Marcus. Okay, so at least we had a change-up this time.
But again, nonetheless.
But again, that's going to make Coach Alexander very unhappy because his,
there's nothing else to say, but it's just not needed.
He's told his guys you need to get it under control. So an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Marcus after the extra point this time. And so now they will kick off from their own 25-yard line. Yeah, I think, again, you're dealing with 16, 17, 18-year-old boys, and sometimes they do not control their emotions. Sure. Santiago Diaz lines it up. And he will kick this one. Got under that one. It's high and short. Caught at the 25 and returnable. Going towards the far side, but a great job on coverage is coming in to make the tackle was number 19, Isaac Kaufman, the senior defensive back, as they were trying to set up a wall on a return for Dylan Breckenridge along the far sideline, but he cut that thing off right at the 26-yard line.
That's what you like to see, the senior, getting his name called out on senior night, last game here at Marauder Stadium, making a play on special teams, and a really good one at that.
Only a 1-yard return because of the great coverage that time. First and 10, Reyes in the shotgun. It's going to be handoff up the middle. Out, and the ball's on the turf. Fumble, ball's loose, and I think the Marauders have it. They do. Coming up with the recovery is number 30, Brennan Bailey, senior defensive back, as he comes up with another turnover, 2nd turnover of the ball game for the Marauder defense, as that was Tyson Paul, the sophomore running back, as he got out past the line of scrimmage. Was going to be a nice little solid game, but the ball got punched out as he was going to the ground, and the Marauders recover.
Really cool to see, again, just a multitude of seniors kind of making their last impact on this football game in a really good amount of ways. Awesome for Brendan Bailey right there to recover the fumble and get it back to his offense.
And now checking in at quarterback is senior Dane Parlin, number 11. He was the starting quarterback last year. Hands off to Mason Jones on first down. Inside the 20, breaking tackles inside the 10, 5, touchdown. Mason Jones, for the second time tonight, gets into the open field and takes it to the house from 29 yards out.
And if there is an offensive MVP tonight, I think I might have to give my casting vote to Mason Jones. I mean, every time we've called his name, he has made something happen.
And unfortunately, we have a Little Elm player down. One of the guys who tried to make the tackle, Caleb Johnson, the sophomore DB, is injured and down. But yeah, great job by Mason Jones. What a great run, 21 yards. I was talking about, I was going to give a little love to Dane Parlin. Dane Parlin was the starting quarterback for the majority of last season before towards the end of the season, Colton Nussmeyer, as a freshman, took over. Dane Parlin this year ended up being, and took it well, ended up being relegated to the third team because he is a baseball player first and foremost. Dane Parlin has a future at the next level as a baseball player, a pitcher specifically. He's a very good pitcher for this Marcus High School baseball team. And this summer, in the spring, he was playing baseball in the spring, and in the summer was playing a little ball as well. So he just wasn't around in the spring to practice and ended up having to be third team this year, but he took it well. Has been the holder on the kick team this year, and his Coach Alexander has been very proud of Dane Parlin this year and how he handled everything and has understood why things were the way they were this year.
Yeah, that's awesome, especially in a day and age where it's very easy for a kid like that to see a spot get taken and say, I'm out, I'm going to quit, I'm going to go do something else, but instead, finish what you started, essentially, and, could potentially end this thing out on a really good note for him. That's awesome.
Caleb Johnson walked off under his own power. Rhett Garza comes on to kick the extra point, and he boots it through. So with 4:02 to go in the third quarter, it is now 59-7 Marcus. This is Marcus football night.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact Mike Bean for your personal price plan today.
Marcus Marauders take advantage of the fumble recovery, only taking one play to cash it in from 29 yards out as Mason Jones punches it into the end zone for the second time tonight. And the Marauders now up 59-7 with 4:02 to go here in the third quarter. Jacob Dedamore and Austin Taylor here with you. We're looking up the Dane Parlin baseball stats and trying to see where the offers are that he's receiving as a pitcher. Again, Parlin checked in for that first play, and I'm sure he'll be back on the field the next offensive possession as well, the senior. Again, he's the #1 pitcher for this Marcus baseball team, and that's where his future lies.
It looks like he's got a fastball, sits around upper 80s, low 90s, plays for the Sticks scout team, really, really touted organization in North Texas, and if you're on that scout team, you're a top 13, 14 guy in that organization. So big things ahead for Parlin on the diamond, and awesome, like I said, to see him stick this thing out with this Marauder football team.
Little Elm will take over after the touchback on the kickoff. 1st and 10 at the 25. Reyes out there in the shotgun with a running back on either side, Jace Oliver and Tyson Paul. It'll be a handoff to Oliver. Going over left guard this time. Gets about 2 before he is brought down. In on the tackle that time was the man who recovered the fumble on the last possession, Brennan Bailey, senior DB. Call these names out of these reserves for the Marauders as we have the opportunity. 2nd and 8 now for Little Elm. Play action. Throw by Reyes at the far side, and that one's going to be intercepted. Underthrown pass. He was trying to get Mims on the pass route, and stepping in front of it and picking it off is number 37, Caden Bowie, the senior defensive back, as he was in on coverage that time, and he gets an interception.
Caden Bowie about to slam this one home on the mini hoop, as we've seen all night long from this Marauder team. Awesome.
The turnover basket.
Awesome again by this senior, you know, to get his name called and make a play for his team. This is great.
Pass was picked off at the Marcus 48, where the Marauder offense will take over. And it will be Dane Parlin going back out for this next possession at quarterback. It was a one-play drive last time. Cade McKnight will join him in the backfield. McKnight, the 215-pound junior. He'll give it to McKnight on first down. Trying to pick his way forward, get about 2 yards to midfield, make it 2nd and 8.
And a note on Dane Parlin, you know, fastball that touches 90 and hit 375 this summer for a stick scout team and some perfect game tournaments, which that's some high-level travel baseball if you're a high school baseball aficionado. That is the best of the best, and certainly hard to do at any level, much less that intense North Texas travel ball scene.
Number 35, Raymond Palkovic checks in, the senior wide receiver, on this next play. Shotgun snap back to Parlin, who will play action, roll to his right, throws over the middle, to his right, throws a little quick out. The pass is caught, but a flag is down on the play. Jake Bayer made the catch. This flag was about four yards downfield, so this could be some kind of a defensive penalty. We'll see.
Might have been a legal man downfield.
Or it could be a legal man downfield as well, so that they're looking at the Little Elm bench, seeing what they want to do. So this looks like it's on Marcus. They are going to back it up 5 yards for the illegal man downfield penalty. Jake Magnuson, the senior wide receiver, number 36, has checked in. Along with number 82, senior Ryan Brunette. Brunette goes in motion. Handoff to McKnight, breaks a tackle, cuts upfield, still breaking tackles into Little Elm territory, still moving the pile all the way down to the Little Elm 40. What a run by Cade McKnight of 15 yards to move the chains as McKnight uses that size, the junior, number 23, 215 pounds, and running like a load that he is.
Yeah, this is, again, like I said, fun for all involved, fun for these coaches. They know that these guys work just as hard as the starting 11 that take the field every Friday night. But again, to get these guys in on the action and contributing these big chunk plays, there's nothing you could ask for more.
Senior Arinze Kazakpala is in at tight end, number 29. He's a part of the bunch formation up top. They swing it out to the far side. Pass is caught inside the 40, down to the 35-yard line. That was caught by number 36, the senior Jake Magnuson, on the little swing pass from Dane Parlin. But we have a Little Elm player down, slow to get up. Trainers come to tend to him. It's number 25, Gavin Ellis, the sophomore. By the way, we have the reserves in on the offensive line as well. Seniors, Brandon McMahon, number 77. Number 52, Zane Howell at center, has checked in. Also checking in, play a little tight end, is number 47, Akshay Ram, the senior. Handoff up the middle, not much room that time. Maybe about a yard for Cade McKnight to set up a 3rd and 4. Also in on the trying to make sure we call all the names of these players who are checking in. It is rapid fire right now. You got number 52, Zane Howell, number 55, Maverick Rhodes. In along the offensive line, snap back, Parlin. Gonna fire one deep down the seam, pass is caught. at around the 10-yard line. And again was number 36, Jake Magnuson, on the catch. Makes the grab at the 10-yard line to set up 1st and goal.
You know, if you're Marcus, you know, you got to feel pretty good about your quarterback situation. Obviously, you have a talent like Nussmeier who's going to, you know, take majority of the snaps. He's your go-to guy. But, you know, heaven forbid something happened to him. You feel pretty good about Dane Parlin. You know,
Certainly. And he's your number 3.
A guy that, you know, again, the guy that has that varsity experience. And, again, I would be hard-pressed to find a quarterback room more confident in than Mike Alexander is with his group.
1st and goal from the 10-yard line for the Marauders. And now we have a stoppage of play. We have a timeout. Marcus calls a timeout here with 4 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. I'm guessing Coach Coach wants to make sure he runs this play going this direction and gets this 1st and goal play off before the end of the quarter. Again, you're seeing a lot of shifting in and out here along the offensive line, trying to make sure these guys get in the game. Again, senior number 54, Hunter Thomas, has checked in on the O-line along with Zane Howell, number 52. Maverick Rhodes, a senior offensive lineman, has been in on this possession along with Brandon McMahon, as they're trying to get these guys some snaps here tonight in their final home game here at Marauder Stadium.
Again, this will be the final play of the 3rd quarter, as we'll see the field switch barring a touchdown one way or another. But again, just want to highlight just a great job of these 2s and 3s so far that we've seen from Marcus. You know, getting in a meaningful district game, a game that we've said at pregame, you must win this game to keep your postseason hopes alive. Everybody seems to be answering the call this evening. It's what you want to see.
One name we haven't mentioned, Sean Doherty, number 63, is playing right tackle right now in this drive. 1st down, little end around and into the end zone for the touchdown. Yes, little jet sweep action that time from the 10. It was number 35, Raymond Palkovic, the senior wide receiver, who takes the jet sweep and gets the pylon for another Marcus touchdown.
Awesome jet sweep right there to Palkovic, another senior. Gets his name called. I mean, this loaded senior class that Marcus has. I mean, so many guys have stood out tonight and made meaningful plays. I'm sure he'll never forget that one as the dunk on the mini hoop goes down yet again.
Owen Gall back on the field for this extra point. Boots it up and kicks it through. And at the end of quarter number 3, it is Marcus 65, Little Elm 7. This is Marcus football night.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
We go to quarter number 4 as the Marcus Marauders are on their way to evening their district record at 3-3 as they are up on Little Elm by a score of 66-7. The latest score coming on a 10-yard end around by senior number 35, Raymond Palkovic. As some of the seniors are making some plays here, these seniors who don't get many snaps. And we're about ready to kick things off here. This is going to be a little short pooch kick this time, and it will be caught by Little Elm at about the 27-yard line, where they will take over on this next possession.
A good chance right here to get some reserve guys in for Marcus. It'll be fun to call their numbers out, potentially go make a big play, big tackle, maybe force a fumble. We've seen a couple turnovers tonight by these reserves that have just been, you know, playing their hearts out tonight. They practice just as hard as the guys that get majority of the snaps, and nothing better than to make a lasting impact on their final home game.
We do have a couple of finals. Coppell has taken down Flower Mound 42-14 tonight over at Neely Wilson Stadium, and Hebron finished off Braswell 38-0. Handoff up the middle on first down. Coming up to wrap up the initial contact and make the tackle is number 41, senior linebacker Grady Fackler, as he wrapped up Tyson Paul for only a gain of a yard. But those two results, along with this one, once it goes final, means that going into next week, Hebron and Marcus will be tied for that final playoff spot. And, of course, Hebron has to go to Flower Mound next week to take on the Jaguars, who will still technically be alive with a shot to try and get that final spot. And then Marcus on Thursday of next week will be taking on Coppell. Another handoff on second down out to about the 30. As getting driven as Easton Enfinger, the senior linebacker, drives back Tyson Paul after a gain of about 4. It's going to make it 3rd and 5 out at the 32. Elsewhere in 5-6A, the other game going on tonight, that was a battle for playoff positioning. This game is in the 4th quarter over at Louisville, and the Fighting Farmers have a 27-17 lead over Denton Geyer. Snap back, another handoff. Dancing his way upfield and just not really finding any room. Getting about a yard that time was number 5, Jace Oliver. Wrapping him up and dragging him backwards was Hugo Haikura, the senior linebacker. It's going to set up a 4th down, and we have a Little Elm player down on the field. Looks like number 75, Daniel Montemayor. The offensive lineman is slow to get up, and the trainers will come and attend to him. Yeah, you got a lot of these senior defenders for Marcus. Fresh legs, fresh energy, and they are running around all over the field right now.
100%. You know, kind of to teeter on your point about other games in the area, the Louisville over Denton Geyer game, 27-17. Like you said, this is pretty rare that Denton Geyer would take a loss to a Louisville team, especially over the past 10 years. That's probably not something that you've heard. Geyer certainly not down by any means. Of course, going to punch their ticket into the playoffs as they have so many times. But again, not too often you see them heading down into Louisville and taking a loss. So again, that Fighting Farmer team has shown some resilience to kind of get up off the coffin a little bit after taking a rough loss to Coppell a couple weeks ago. They've really answered well.
We Denton Geyer, we could say that it's down for them.
Sure.
You know, and so, you know, they came into tonight 6-2. Louisville was 5-3. Both of them 4-1 in district. The winner of that game was going to lock up the number 2 seed out of 5-6A, and it looks like Louisville is on their way to doing that. Again, don't know how much time is left, but it is a 10-point lead for Louisville in the 4th quarter. 4th and 5 now. Reyes rolling to his right, fires a pass, and that pass is caught, almost picked off. That route was almost jumped by Isaac Kaufman, the senior DB, and he just missed it. And Carlton Mims made the grab for a 1st down out of the 41.
It's a good catch right there. We've seen Mims get his name called a couple times. Pretty dynamic playmaker for Little Elm. It'll be interesting to follow his senior season next year, as a lot of these guys are back, as we alluded to earlier for Little Elm. Again, we've mentioned Mr. Swint, William Swint, a freshman, along with so many other of these sophomores that will be returning.
Yeah, they only have one senior starter on the offensive line. Snap back, play action pass is caught by Mims again out to midfield. That'll be a gain of 9. As far as their starting lineup goes on offense, only 2 seniors in their starting lineup on offense. On the defensive side, they had a few more. They had a few more seniors. About, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors, 6 seniors starting on defense that we've seen. So, you know, they'll lose a little bit more experience on the defensive side, but nearly their entire offense will be returning for Little Elm. 2nd and a yard at midfield. Little quick throw, and that one goes right through the hands of the wide receiver, number 6, Mark Veltri, the junior. That would have been an easy 1st down, but he just took his eyes off of it.
And again, this is a forgettable year for Coach Castillo and his staff, of course. But again, you know, you can't really feel any other way but excited for what you do have coming back in this Lobo offense and defense, for that matter.
3rd and a yard. It'll be a handoff up the middle. 1st down inside the 45. Still driving forward down to about the 43 as Jace Oliver will move the chains on that handoff. Under 9 minutes to go in the ball game. Little Elm just trying to see if they can finish this game on a positive note tonight. Down to the 42 is where they mark it. That'll be a gain of 8 for Oliver. A lot of sophomore signal callers in this district. Oh, and a wide open pass on a zone read inside the 15, down to the 10 to the 5. Great job on the pass. That was a catch and run by Cooper Johnson, the senior wide receiver. Great throw that time, hitting Johnson right in stride was Reyes, and he gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, 1st and goal for Little Elm.
Yeah, good pitch and catch right there. Kind of caught the Marauder defense napping a little bit as the clock winds down in the 4th quarter. But again, you set yourself up here at 1st and goal to maybe get something for the game next week as you ride some momentum.
Reyes rolling to his right now, getting chased, and he's just going to throw this one away, but a flag comes down. We may have a defensive penalty here in the end zone on one of the Marcus DBs. I believe that was number 19, Isaac Kaufman, that was trying to cover Carlton Mims and may have gotten called for a grab. Yep, that's right. Yep, going to be a holding penalty. So that'll move it half the distance to the goal. And once again, make it 1st and goal.
Clock stopped at 7:56 here in this 4th with another dead ball penalty, and not making it easy for the Marauder defense to get out of here, only allowing 7 points.
Split back shotgun set. Little handoff over the right side and just short, as looks like Miles Steele got within a half-yard of that goal line before he got stood up and driven backwards. In on the initial contact that time, it looked like it was number 30 for the Marauders, the senior, Brennan Bailey. Stood him up at about the half-yard line and drove Miles Steele back. 2nd and goal now for the Lobos inside the 1-yard line. Steele next to on the left side of Reyes. He's going to get the ball again, and this time Steele will take it into the end zone as the Lobos get on the scoreboard for the 2nd time tonight.
Good job by that Little Elm offense to find some pay dirt right after a tough night and tough season so far. Again, albeit, late in this ball game, but again, could do wonders for that team just morale-wise as this game finishes out.
Miles Steele with that touchdown run from 1 yard out. That is his 1st touchdown of the season on the ground. Number 80, Latrell Armstrong, on to kick the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. 7:13 to go in the ball game. Now it's now 66 Marcus, 14 for Little Elm. This is Marcus football night.
Are you ready to score big in the game of home ownership? Southern Collective Realty is here to get you into the end zone of your dream home. Hi, I'm Amy Turner, and I'm the broker and owner of Southern Collective Realty. I've been a Marcus mom for the last 6 amazing years and a great supporter of the Marauders.
I'm Sarah Grant, and I'm proud to be a Marauder mom and aunt. Together we bring in over 20 years of experience in Flower Mound and surrounding areas. Southern Collective Realty, where every home purchase is a victory.
Ready to kick off your search? Give us a call today.
So the Little Elm Lobos are able to put a drive together and take it down the field and punch it in from a yard out as Miles Steele gets into the end zone and the Lobos get their 2nd touchdown of the evening. It's now 66-14 with the Marauders leading. Nice little drive that time. Got to give Little Elm credit. As this kickoff will be high, and it'll be about 3 yards deep, and it will be returned. As Charlie Burgesson comes out past the 15 out to the 20, and he's chopped down right there by number 2, Kason Evans, and that's where the Marauders will take over.
Pretty shocking to see Charlie still in the ballgame. I had to do a double take to make sure that was number 1 back there returning kicks, and sure it was. I'm sure he is probably begging to not get taken out of this game, knowing him. He has been a grinder for this team for some years now and loves football.
Well, clearly Austin Allen, their primary return man, has not been available tonight as he hasn't been on the field all evening. So you only have a certain number of people that you're willing to put back there to return a kick, and Charlie Burgesson is one of them. First and 10 for the Marauders at their own 20-yard line. Dane Parlin in at quarterback. Snap back, handoff to McKnight, right up the gut, pushing his way forward, using that big 215-pound frame and just moving the scrum, and he's still on his feet. He's into the open field and then finally gets tripped up and knocked down. Number 21, Bolden Higgins, may have saved a touchdown because Cade McKnight just kept his legs churning and got through the scrum and ended up getting out 24 yards to the 44.
As an offensive coach, there's nothing more you could ask for right there out of your back. That was awesome. Just churning your feet, refusing to go down, and really was a shoestring tackle away from breaking away.
He was one more defender away from taking that to the house. First and 10 for the Marauders at their own 44. Parlin, handoff to McKnight. He's got room over here on the near side. He's in the second level inside the 40, just carrying Little Elm tacklers inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. 22 more for Cade McKnight.
He's rumbling, stumbling, bumbling his way down there. Obviously a bigger setback, but really keeps those feet moving, and it's just so hard to bring down.
By far the biggest of the running backs that the Marauders do use. I mean, Isaiah Kelly-Ikipi checks in at $185. Mason Jones at about the same weight. So when McKnight checks in, you've got an extra 30 pounds carrying that Brock. High snap. Parlin tips it, picks it up. Now he's rolling to his left, trying to get away from pressure, and he is going to finally get dropped back at the 44. It's going to be a loss of 10 yards. But the high snap, I thought Parlin might just try to get rid of that ball out of bounds, but he thought he might have a shot at the corner to get back to the line of scrimmage, and ends up getting dropped for a 10-yard loss.
To your point about Cade McKnight, 5'10", 215, and from my naked eye up here, he is every bit of that 215.
Absolutely. I mean, he is that young man is built like a fire hydrant back there. But the loss of 10 after the bad snap puts it back at the 44. Second and 20 now for the Marauders. Snap back. Parlin rolls to his right, drops one over the top of the defense. It's caught at the 30, making a man miss. Down to about the 28 is Pavlovic, as Raymond Pavlovic makes the grab, and we're going to have a penalty way back. I think we may have a roughing the passer penalty on Little Elm. This was back where Parlin got rid of the ball. Parlin just dropped that over the first couple of the defenders and right into the bucket of Pavlovic, who had a great catch down to the 30. It was a 14-yard gain, and now we're going to tack on 15 more.
That was the beauty of a ball fake right there. Initially, I'm sure that's probably what did draw the penalty, at least to some extent, whether it's frustration or not. That was a ball fake that is well executed, and obviously just kind of dropping it in a bucket right there to yet another senior, Raymond Palkovic. We've called his name a couple of times, and again, just making the most of his opportunity.
First and 10 for the Marauders now at the Little Elm 15-yard line. Palkovic had a carry for 10 yards and a touchdown earlier in this half. That's his first catch. McKnight with the handoff, and again just lowers that shoulder and bulls his way forward down to the 9 for a gain of 6.
And as we see this clock creep under 4 minutes, just some, as we wrap this thing up, just thoughts on this Marcus offensive line. Not only these guys that are in now, but just really controlling the line of scrimmage all night long, from the starters all the way down to these guys, and everybody that's gotten in has just really carried the load this evening, and it's never really been close as far as just time of possession, line of scrimmage play. Really good job from Marcus this evening.
Second and 6 for the Marauders, the Little Elm 9-yard line. Tight end comes in motion. It's a toss to the near side, inside the 10, 5, and close to the end zone. Getting the toss sweep that time was Grayson Patrick, number 21, who is a senior. He is a defensive back typically, but we have a flag down at the 9. They marked him out at the 1, but this may be coming back.
Two pieces of laundry there on the field, one thrown by the white hat towards the end of the play. More than likely going to be a hold, but you never know, as it was a little late.
We do have a hold against Marcus. Yeah, it is a hold. Is checking in that time. Unfortunately, it was Jacob Reedus, the tight end, who came in motion on that play. He was the lead blocker out on that toss sweep. Got called for the hold. So that'll move it back to the 19-yard line where it'll once again, actually, that was a downfield hold. They marked this back at the 17-yard line. It was a couple of yards downfield. So that's going to make it 2nd and 12 back at the 19. Excuse me, 2nd and 12 back at the 17. Snap back to Parlin out of an empty set. Blitz comes. He's trying to get away from it. He does, rolling to his left, and he's going to fire one towards the end zone, but it's a little bit short. He was trying to find Chinazor Kazakpala, the 6'5" senior wide receiver, but just couldn't get enough on that, kind of throwing against his body that time. And couldn't quite get it to where Kazakpala could make a play, setting up 3rd down.
Yeah, it's a tough throw, you know, running for your life, and then, you know, against the grain of your arm angle, it's just a tough throw for anybody. And potentially could have been throwing it away right there, maybe knowing he's not going to make that throw consistently, and he lived to play another down.
Yeah, I think, again, like you said, not really able to set his feet and get a lot on that throw. I think he was maybe just trying to throw a jump ball for the 6'5" receiver. 3rd and 12 now from the 17-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Parlin takes the snap. Now getting flush, rolling to his left, getting chased and going to get dropped. And the ball actually comes loose, but I think Marcus got on top of it. Great pursuit by Aiden Main, that junior defensive end. One of the 2 main pass rushers for this Little Elm team. He did cause the fumble, but sacked Dane Parlin back at the 29-yard line for a loss of 12 on the play.
It'll be interesting to see what Flower Mound does here. Fourth and a long, long way to go.
That's the 4th sack of the season for Aiden Main. So he'll get credit for that. And they're just going to leave the offense on the field here with 2:15 to go on 4th and forever. 4th and 24 back at the 29-yard line. Parlin takes the snap, gets pressured, steps up into the pocket, now trying to run, and he's going to get brought down from behind as the pressure caught up to him, making the sack. They'll drop him back for a yard loss at the 30. I believe that was number 33, Ryan Martin, the senior linebacker, who gets his 4th sack of the season. So the Marcus backups get a drive going and get it all the way down to the 15, but then couple of blitzes by Little Elm really kind of end a holding penalty, pushed them back, and then pressure from Little Elm got them with 2:01 to go, and they turn it over on downs.
And we might see one more drive from Marcus if they can get off the field quickly. This should do it as we approach under 2 minutes left to go in the contest, and we'll see what Little Elm decides to put together here. Some of their backups I notice are entering the game on the offensive line.
Snap back, handoff, nowhere to go is coming up to make the tackle is Enfinger as he drops Kendall Daniels, the senior, for a loss. Well, they're going to give him credit to getting back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on 1st down. Easton Enfinger with the nice tackle there on 1st down. Reyes in the shotgun, split back set, handoff to Steele. He'll cut up field, get about 4 yards before he gets dropped that time, as Bubba Gibson, the junior defensive lineman, makes a nice little shoestring tackle. Gain of 4, setting up 3rd and 6 with 1:20 to go.
Yeah, all but a formality at this point. Might see Little Elm go through the air here just to pick up the 1st down. Would not be surprised either way if they did keep it on the ground. Using every bit of that play clock is Coach Castillo and his crew.
3rd and 6 for the Lobos at their own 34, under a minute to go. Marauders will move to 6-3 on the season. Handoff, going over left guard that time, out past the 35 to about the 37, 38-yard line. Kendall Daniels once again on the carry. Going to give him 2 yards to the 3 yards to the 37. Going to make it 4th down. And there will be time. They will have to make one more snap as the play clock is a little bit ahead of the game clock, but this will be the final play of the ball game. Again, the Marauders will move to 6-3 on the season with this win tonight. They'll even their district record at 3-3. They'll be tied for that final playoff spot with the Hebron Hawks going into next week, needing a Hebron loss and then a win over Coppell to get that final playoff spot. Snap back, handoff. Going over the left side out to about the 39, 40-yard line, and the tackle is made. as Easton Enfinger makes the stop, and that will do it. The Marcus Marauders on senior night do what they came in to do tonight, get the job done, and they get the win over the Little Elm Lobos, as a lot of seniors got to play and get some good snaps out on the field tonight. They walk off this field for the final time this senior class as winners, as they defeat Little Elm on senior night by a final score of 66-14.
Again, like you said earlier, Marcus just kind of came in here, one thing in mind, just win the game, get out of it healthy, dominate, and they did all three of those things again, barring a huge matchup next week with the Coppell Cowboys.
That matchup, by the way, will be on Thursday night next week over at Coppell High School, the season finale for both squads. As, again, the Coppell Cowboys, we talked about them taking down Flower Mound tonight. Give credit and praise to the Coppell Cowboys, who, with that win tonight, have clinched at least a share of the district championship, but more importantly, they have clinched the top seed out of District 5, 6A going into the playoffs this year, as they go to 9-0 on the season. So the Coppell Cowboys, it will be senior night for them as well. But as we talked about in the pregame, outside of just going for, they will be still going for an outright district championship and a perfect 10-0 regular season. But they have clinched the top seed in the district in the playoffs going into next week. So, you know, maybe not quite as much to play for as it would have been under normal circumstances. And as we said for Marcus, with the loss by Flower Mound tonight, it is basically you need to win and you need to have Hebron lose in order to get into the playoffs in 2024.
Yeah, and again, it's not out of the question, right? We've seen Flower Mound play up and down many times this season, as well as Hebron, so truly a toss-up game next week. And again, all hope is not lost. If you can take care of business and somehow knock off Coppell, right, you're putting yourself in directly in the mix exactly where you want to be. So still a lot to play for this Marcus Marauder team, and step one was get the job done tonight, and it's exactly what we saw head coach Mike Alexander and his crew do. So again, a great win for this program to improve to 3-3 in district play and give themselves a chance at the end of the year, and give themselves another chance to practice again for maybe one more week and extend this thing out further than any of them really could want it to go.
Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight from Marauder Stadium. It was a very successful senior night for the Marcus senior class and this football team as a whole, and they get the big win tonight, 66-14, to give themselves a shot next week at getting into the 2024 Class 6A playoffs. For Austin Taylor, for Hunter Paris, our executive producer, my name is Jacob Dedamore. Your final once again tonight here from Marauder Stadium in Flower Mound. The Marauders on senior night get the big win, 66-14 over the Little Elm Lobos. And their final game their final regular season game will be on Thursday night next week from Coppell High School as they take on the Coppell Cowboys. Everyone have a great weekend and good night, everybody.